What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Italian Stallion, here for another episode of Rebels with a Cause. You know what time it is, baby. It's 9:30. It's Wednesday night. It's time for that cause, because that cause don't stop when the clock hits zero. Gonna have a fabulous show for you tonight. Got some guests coming on. You never know who's gonna pop on Rebels with a Cause, baby. But got a lot of shout outs to give, some condolences. Been a tough week, man. You know, it's been a tough year for a lot of people, but I can just tell you right now that the one thing that keeps me going is Wednesday nights entertaining you lovely gentlemen and ladies that follow us, that support us. We can't thank you enough. And also for my crew, Coach, Two Pair, Carrie, my panel. Whenever they come on, I absolutely just adore their time, everything they've gone through, and we all are rebels with our own cause. So I can't thank you guys enough. 112 subscribers, over 12,500 views. I mean, it's just awesome, man. Just keep it up, and can't thank you guys enough for that. First and foremost, though, the views and opinions of this program are not affiliated with those of any other organization or of Knoxville West High School. These are our views, the RWAC Crew. Also, this show is as much yours as it is ours, so please join that chat box live. Point out if we've inaccurately said something in air, and also voice your opinions, baby. You all are rebels with your cause, and definitely, your talk, your opinions, that drives this show just as much as ours. And it's a great time of year, man. It's football time, and can you believe we're already live in high school? Actually, week 6, excuse me, week 5 in the college game. Pro is entering week 4. I mean, it just goes by so fast, and but there's still lots to play for, and that's the name of the show. Still lots to play for. Who says the season's over? And that goes for anybody, especially with the playoff. Maybe college is a little bit slimmer. NFL, but with high school, man, you can go on a run, and you want to be playing your best ball coming up, because when it starts getting a little bit cooler and them leaves start turning, the season's right in the mix of it, and it's spooky season now too. But I got a lot to get. Quick, want to give a shout out to King's Chamber, Miss Kim Castle. They're on the Pike. Let me tell you something, guys. You will get the royal treatment there if you go to King's Chamber. She's got a special going on right now in the month of October, $5 off on Wednesdays. It's $25 for new customers. Also, remember, let her know that you're a fan of Rebels with a Cause. You heard about her from Rebels with a Cause. Might even get you a discount that way. But, haircut, beard trims, the waxes, pedicures, manicures, get 2 tasty beverages. Guys, you get the royal treatment there at King's Chamber. So let them know Rebels with a Cause and your Italian Stallion sent you. Also, got to give a shout out and some love to our guy, Alex Thatcher, a class of 2003 grad there from West High School. His brew is good any time of the day. And now it is time in the fall for that good coffee, getting a little darker earlier, getting darker like really in the early in the morning as well. So, going to be changing it up when that savings time ends. But that being said, to go pay him a visit. They're on Sutherland Pike in the heart of Marble City. Let them know Rebels with a Cause sent you. Also, just if you want that traditional haircut look, go see Josh Fink or Corey over there at Razor Shop Barber Shop. Let them know 332 Studios, Two Pair Tate, and the Italian Stallion and Rebels with a Cause sent you. Speaking of 332 Studios, if you're not following them right now. Big Fact Sports Network. Give them some love, man. Honestly, doing some exciting things and dabbling into everything right now. So they need your support just as much as you support our show here at Rebels with a Cause. So there's my guy, Mark. What's up, man? Sorry I couldn't answer the phone in the middle of the show. I will hit you up, I promise. Hopefully you don't go to bed too early, but we'll talk. But thanks for the love and support. Always, my guy. See you in a couple of weeks on fall break. That being said, though, need to bring on my panel tonight. You know him as one of the original OGs. He brings it every week. Continue to pray for him. Continue to give that support. He needs it. He's got some good things in the works, and hopefully he'll give us some good news as soon as maybe next week's show. But that being said, give it up whether you're watching this live or recorded, no matter where you're watching it. Give it up. Show him the respect he deserves. Our stats guy, the coach, our money guy, the one, the only, Mr. Shane O'Mac, Shane McGee. What is up, baby? How you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Good deal. Good deal. Let me ask you this, brother. Early thoughts right now on the football season. What's driving you right now? High school, pro? What's going on in your thoughts, real quick?
College is driving me. I mean, I let a bunch of college kids decide determine my mood from here till hopefully December, January, depending on the playoffs. But
Yeah.
I, football's my safe place right now. So
Yeah.
I need my football.
I think it's all our safe place, honestly, and I'm
Yeah.
right there with you, honestly.
I
There's
I
lots
am
to
a
talk
little
about.
sad that my son's season comes to an end tomorrow night.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And that's another thing. Look how quick that goes. It's not even October and their season is done, you
I
know?
know.
Like, I mean, that's just nuts how fast it goes. You work, and I remember the episode when you were telling me that guys were going live and hitting and so forth, and
Mhm.
now it's already over. It's just crazy. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully, I've had some personal things I've had to handle this week and had missed a couple practices. So hopefully everybody's healed up. I know my son's healed up. He got concussion last week. Found a video on TikTok of all places watching him get laid out. I was like, man, like,
Jeez.
I had to
Social
show it to
media is brutal, man. Could you imagine if it was going on back when we played or what have you? If
well,
people
see,
were,
back when we played, it was a legal hit.
it's true.
I was told, hey, lead with your head.
That is true.
It
That
might
is true.
explain a lot of my questionable decision making in my lifetime.
Well, here I was launching myself as a Scud missile, as Two Pair like to call me, and concussions ended it for me at that point. So I
Yeah,
still get
you
busy. So here you
strong
go.
safety blitz. Shane, you got this right. Yep, I got it, coach. And I'm dizzy.
Hey, don't want to say nothing. So
Yeah.
shoot, but
Hey,
yeah.
back in our days, you got your bell rung. There was no such thing as concussion.
It was almost like a rite of passage when you got your bell
Mm-hmm.
rung, to be honest with you. So you were better for it. So yeah, but that being said, I need to also bring on, our newest crew member's done a fabulous job. I can't thank him enough. He's been my spotter and my right-hand guy this season for those away games for the West High football. He's just as passionate about football and all of the sports. We love him. And, hopefully he made you guys some money last week. He'll make you some money this week when we give him his segment. But, without further ado, you knew when he was there, it was a big game going on in Knoxville. And you know what? Every time he's on this show, it's big time anyway. So give it up, whether you're watching live or recorded. Give him a proper love and respect that he deserves. The one, the only, Mr. Big Game, Kerry Reeves. How you doing, bud?
How you doing? How you doing tonight, everybody?
Oh, doing great, doing great. So,
Oh man,
Kerry, you right now, I think, are doing really the best of both of us. I mean, you got the best of both worlds. Your favorite college team is doing really well right now. Your Bills are 3-0 at this point. I mean, life can't be too bad for you at this
life's
moment.
on that end. Life's not too bad for me. Everything else is slowly working itself out. I went to the doctor today. He said everything's going according to schedule. My health wise, it's going really, really good. A year ago is when all my health problems really began.
Yep.
And now a year later, I just look back on it and I feel like I'm a very lucky man, and I'm very happy to be still around and have a chance to do something like this. This is fantastic. I appreciate you guys letting me on.
Well, you want to know something? As bad as you were doing last year, I still remember you would still give us a like and support, and chime in when you could, when you were feeling up to it. No, I can't thank you enough, and I'm just grateful that you are a part of this journey this year, and you're looking great. Keep doing what you're doing and so forth. And
thank you, man.
Just glad to have you around, and hopefully we have you around for 50 more years. You know what
you got
I mean?
it. And I'll tell you what, this football season on all levels has been very exciting, and we're just scratching. I just got a feeling we're scratching the surface.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll go through my big games this weekend later on, and I'll tell you, we're just scratching the surface. We got some hot stuff going, some big games really starting to go as conference season and division season in the pros is really starting to get going. There's some big time matchups this weekend.
Oh, without a doubt. Well, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you this right now, and I'm going to do this, and I'm not wanting to be like that. I'm trolling. This is from the heart that I'm going to say this. I think that the toughest week by any program right now, if you're an Auburn Tiger fan. I mean, you went toe-to-toe on Saturday. There was some controversy with the SEC refs. And the SEC refs, we're going to talk about them in a minute because they got to get their stuff together. They really got to get their stuff together. For being the best league, you have not really shown it with some marquee matchups, and there's even bigger ones coming up and so
in the
forth.
future. Yep.
You got to clean it up. But first and foremost, I want to give a rest in peace to Rudy Johnson, former Auburn Tiger running back, former Pro Bowler and Cincinnati Bengal, lost way too soon, 45 years old. I remember watching him run the rock for Auburn, and he was a hell of a running back. You know, that was one back we kind of missed when we did that show about the greatest running backs of all time with Coach Giles and so forth. I mean, you could have thrown him in the mix with all the Auburn greats that we were naming at that time and so forth, because he just was maybe overshadowed with the Ronnie Browns and Bo Jackson, obviously, and the Cadillac Williams. But damn, he was good. So, yeah, for sure. So, also got to give a happy retirement to Coach Bruce Pearl. I hate to say it, another one bites the dust. I mean, you know, this is the 8th biggest big-time coach that is retired coming off of a Final Four. And that was really, really interesting stat that ESPN shared. You know, Roy Williams, Krzyzewski, you know, Jay Wright. You know, I mean, it's just weird that this is happening. But want to give a shout out to Stephen Pearl, a West High alum, becoming the new head coach for Auburn. I wish you the best of luck, except when you're playing UT. So that's it. Simple as that. But
I didn't know his mama still lives here in Knoxville.
Exactly right.
Yeah, his mom still lives here, and Carrie knows her. So yep. So
I know Leah too. Leah's in Atlanta. She works for TNT and CBS and Paramount. So yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, what's up, Larry Frank, our favorite Cajun from down in Louisiana? There he is, baby. What's up, man? So I'm sorry I couldn't do much with that NFL show. I was running around making dinner and trying to get this all set up. But the little that I heard, you all were killing it. And like I said, Monday night, by the way, they had a hell of a show. Larry's show. I was able to be on there. Red flags in a relationship. It was awesome. I mean, and I can't wait. Oh, go back and see it. You can go on the UTalk channel and go look it up. It was on Monday's episode. It was fire. And the work that Larry and Shai are doing is just amazing. And I was just privileged enough to even have a few minutes on there to give my opinion on the red flags.
I didn't see if I'm a red flag or if I'm attracted to red flags.
Well, you know, and that's the best thing about getting a perspective from both the male and a female. That's the thing. I mean, that's a great thing to get the perspective of males and females' thoughts on the opposite of each other. And realistically, it was a very civil and very eye-opening, uplifting discussion for a change. Instead of the usual banter that gets so out of whack, it was really a great talk. So definitely catch it if you haven't seen it already and so forth. But give them some love over there. So, here we go. Next week's topic: when is the best time to be intimate in a relationship?
Ooh.
Okay, I like that one. I'll be tuning in next Monday for sure.
When all your kids are asleep.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So yeah. Hey, remember, it's that joke in American Pie. Jim, do you ever remember why you went to Hebrew school 3 times a week or what have you? It's great line in American Reunion. Great line. So
last real relationship I was in, about 3-4 o'clock in the morning when we knew all the kids were asleep.
Oh, can you imagine? I mean, wow. So wow.
Yeah.
Get some Rebels up your dark.
They was go get ready for work.
Yeah, for sure. Listen, I also want to give a shout out to the Lady Rebels soccer team, baby, beating Powell last week 1-0, and took care of business against the Maryville Rebels. It's only, their football team took care of us, so why don't we give them a little payback in the other football, So great job by you girls last night, defending home turf 5-1. That's just awesome. Great job by you guys. And got to give some love to our football team getting that first win of the year, 48-7 against Campbell County last Friday. Would have happened a few weeks ago had a certain game been played. Nobody can tell me different, but that is what it is. But I want to give a shout out and congrats to Coach Baron Chandler on getting his first official win as head coach. Also to the staff, all the parents, support staff, everybody that has been in this from the beginning. It was a well-deserved win, especially for the boys. Just keep it up. Got a big one this Friday night. Want to give a couple shout outs. Raheem Lee, 113 total yards, including the hat trick, 3 touchdowns, 2 on the ground, 1 in the air. Also wanted to give a shout out to Messiah Wren for 97 total yards, including 2 touchdowns, busted a 67-yarder that didn't even get touched. Should have had a third one himself if it wasn't for a controversy.
taunting
commercial
penalty.
sack that late hit after the shout out to our guy, Big Country Morgan Farrell, rumbled in the end zone on a pick six himself. So it was just a phenomenal job by you guys. So congratulations, Rebels. And this week, obviously, got a big one at Hall, 7 o'clock Friday night. They need your support. Show up, be loud and proud, and let's root those Rebels on as another big region game is coming up this Friday night at Hall. Also need to not to be to the JV Rebels because the JV Rebels, they said, varsity, hold our drinks for us for a second. They went into Campbell County and won by the exact same score. And I want to give a shout out to one of my favorite JV players. You might know him as Grayson Dubon, younger brother of Parker Dubon.
Mm-hmm.
He had 2 touchdowns, and that is 4 and 5 on the year this year. So congrats to him and doing some great things, and can't wait to see you at the varsity level. So keep doing.
What position's he playing?
Wide receiver. So great
Okay.
wide receiver. So yep. So, but want to give him a shout out and the JV Rebels for getting it done there 48-7. And shout out to you guys for always keeping me up to date, and can't wait till we have a home game again so I can do the scoreboard for you guys. And, just stinks that the schedule was more away heavy at the beginning of the year, and next year it'll be a different story. They'll have the home games at the beginning and so forth. So, but that being said, guys, let's get to it. Your initial thoughts, college football, the score tickers going down there of week 4 results. What game stood out to you guys? Who impressed you? Who didn't impress you? What are your thoughts going into this thing, guys? So, yeah.
Florida is who we thought they were.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How Billy Napier is still there, I don't know. I don't think the Florida Athletic Department gives a shit about football anymore.
Well, basketball practices did officially start on Monday, so they might be just going all in on their guy up there.
Like, who was it that went all in on softball? Was it Oklahoma? Was it Oklahoma State that went all in on softball?
Oklahoma Sooners do the softball.
Yeah, but somebody went all in on softball. Like, all their money went to the transfer portal this year for softball.
Probably Texas A&M or someone like that.
It was somebody, like, one of Tennessee's players left, and Dad, like, literally, like, I'm just counting this money that we got now. I'm like, well, at least he's honest.
So, breaking news, Oklahoma State and T. Boone Pickens contacted Nick Saban to question his interest in returning to coach.
I saw that earlier.
Yep. Hey, he could afford him. There's one of the few people in this world that could afford Nick Saban.
Does Mama Saban want to go to Oklahoma? Go ahead, Shane.
I saw a thing earlier, scroll through Twitter. Now, the guy, it's supposed to be a parody account, but he's never been wrong. It says that Mike Gundy showed interest in joining Tennessee staff after all the pay raises Tennessee has gotten.
I saw that too.
Well, listen, he's got the
every
mullet.
coaching search we have, Mike Gundy got a pay raise from Oklahoma State.
I'm a man. I'm 40. You come at me. And we were talking about him. I mean, everybody that we've said who they thought we thought they were has pretty much proven us wrong. South Carolina, just trash. I mean, there's Florida and then there's South Carolina at this point, honestly.
The team that impressed me the most was Texas Tech. Going into Utah, which is a tough place to play, at a 10 a.m. start for that game, and to do what they did in the fourth quarter with the backup quarterback, that Texas Tech is going to be a player in this deal for the Big 12. They are a major player for the Big 12 championship.
Yeah.
They may be this year's Arizona State.
Larry says Clemson's trash too. Absolutely. I mean, I think Dabo's done. So at this point,
and the Syracuse
every
win
time
makes
Dabo opens his mouth, you're just like, why did you say that?
Mm-hmm.
And the Syracuse win makes us look good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No,
makes us look great. Makes LSU look bad.
How have we not moved up in the rankings at all?
That is an interesting question. It goes to show you that the AP poll
that was a good win anyway. Fran Brown, they're right there in the thick of it. I mean, despite everybody that they lost from last year, they're in the thick of it, man. I mean, I hate that their quarterback got hurt, but it's kind of interesting that they're right there, and they have a big game against Georgia Tech coming up, and they might be there. They could because here's the thing: their loss to Tennessee was out of conference. They've not lost an ACC game yet, so that's going to be big. So yeah,
I'm still trying to figure out if Vandy is for real or what's going on with that.
I will wait one more week. They got to go to Texas in a couple of weeks. I'll wait for that one.
They got Alabama next week.
They got Alabama
next week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I will wait for the next two. They got Alabama and Texas.
Yeah.
If they could win one of those two, I'll start buying in.
Yeah. I think that looking at their schedule, I knew that they would get to this point in it of being 5-0.
Yeah.
You know, people said, James, you really think they're going to go to Virginia Tech and South Carolina? I said, they're better than those two teams.
They're better than those two teams.
I was looking on their schedule for that sixth game that they would need to become bowl eligible. And I was looking at either Kentucky or Auburn being those two games.
I think it'll be Kentucky.
And so forth. So yeah. Kentucky's terrible. They're not good at all. And so I was just looking at them. I will say this much, going back, and I'm not going to put my homer glasses on, but I was very impressed with how good Miami's defense is at this point. Miami's defense couldn't stop a preschool last year with Cam Ward having to outscore teams. This year, they look like that they are a violent defense. Obviously, the real test is going to be next week in Tallahassee against an offense with a pulse, but an offense that can score as they can show. But the truth is that I haven't seen a Miami defense make anybody go 0 for 13 on third down. I don't care how bad you are. And realistically, the SEC refs missed a bad call because Shamar Brown's legs were still churning. They blow the whistle dead. He's running for the end zone. If Miami goes up 20-0, I think Florida doesn't even score. And that streak of at least scoring points ends after all that time, 1988, you know, I mean, like, that's just nuts that nobody has shut him out, but maybe Tennessee can take care of it in the swamp. I don't know at this point.
Yeah, them SEC officials didn't have a good weekend, especially in the Auburn-Oklahoma game. Auburn, I'm impressed with Oklahoma's defense, but I'm going to be frank with you. Auburn got robbed.
Yeah.
They got robbed of a touchdown, and then on a play where Oklahoma scores a touchdown, the guy should have been going out of bounds. They tell him to stay in. He's wide open down the sidelines, and everybody's wondering, how is he that wide open when he was supposed to have been out of the game? They had 12 men on the field, and they missed that one.
Yep, for sure. Well, I got another guy backstage who's itching to come on. I know he wants to bring his thoughts to the football world. I mean, I don't even think he needs his introduction, but I give it to him anyway because he deserves it. You know, he's one of the OG and founders of Rebels with a Cause, Mr. 2003 West, coming up on 20 years as the voice of the running Rebels and Lady Rebels, and now the Panthers and Lady Panthers of Pellissippi State, respectively. Give him a mic. He entertains, doing some great things. Our guy, the one, the only, two-pair Tate, Brian Tate. What is up, baby? How you doing?
Doing good, man.
What's up?
Doing good, man. Doing really well. You know, just getting right back into town. I've been on the road like crazy. Just been on the road at Atlanta. Went from Atlanta to Huntsville, and then we've got the tune-ups over there at B Mays Elite. The fall league is wrapping up. We're gonna have the All-Star game Friday, and big shout out to T Minifield and everybody over there at the tune-ups, B Mays, Sherm. Everybody would Finish the Drill. Big shout out to everybody over there at Finish the Drill. Rebels with a Cause. And then, you know, we're getting this Knoxville Hoop Show getting started in November. So it'll be coming November. It's going to focus more on the middle school level, high school level, college, and, you know, pro. Because, I mean, it's going to be basketball season. So, you know, just going to be a once-a-week show, kind of like how we are. Once a week, but we'll be going to a TV studio.
Wow.
So,
nice.
So some days we'll be studio, some days it'll be on, you know, like Rebels with a Cause. The thing is with Rebels with a Cause, we started doing this just off of wanting to show our school what it used to look like when we were in school, when people covered like games, like, you know, Inside Perspective, Jerome Taylor, super influential into what we do. And, you know, we would see guys that we played against be on Channel 12, guys that we grew up with on Channel 12. So we're trying to do that with Knoxville Hoops. We're doing that with Rebels with a Cause on a weekly show dedicated to high school, college, pro, that's talking about the students and what, like soccer for West, girls soccer, baseball, volleyball, like this. It's Rebels with a Cause, all the sports, like we talk about it all. You know?
Yep, for sure. And we're going to have some great guests coming on. I know that I've already talked personally with Cody Graves. He's going to come on very soon in a couple of weeks to preview the girls basketball team.
We're ready
so
for this.
already got him lined up. And he hasn't promised me yet, but a certain head coach, if things go right, I'm going to have him come on and so forth. And I don't want to spoil it, but I want him to get a couple more under his belt before he's that, because I don't want to be the jinx. I just don't want that juju. I really don't at this point. But yeah. Hey. And then you mentioned having Matt White on and a couple of other former players. So yeah, absolutely, that we need to get on. So
here's a quick short list before we get into more college football storylines. Before I say that, I can't wait for the Carries big game of the week. I can't wait for these games. He's got a few.
I got a few of them, man.
Big shout out to my man Shane, coach. You know what I'm saying? Doing your thing, baby. Keep your head up. You know what I mean? Keep doing great things. James, man, we've been doing this for a minute now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you see the growth of really covering sports.
Yeah, for sure. And next week, business. We got some serious business next week. Hey, it's like Rocky and Apollo. It's Rocky and Apollo meeting behind the scenes or whatever like that. Nobody needs to see that. So there you go. So.
In the words of Coach Prime, baby, we're gonna be ready, baby. We're gonna be ready, baby. You know.
Hey, all I gotta say is we'll see what we can do. That's all I can.
Like Miami, Florida State. I think it gets no better than it, and it's good that those two teams.
Happy birthday to Coach Cristobal at this point. Oh, they look great. No, both of them look solid. That's how it needs to be. That's how it needs to be with the rivalry. And I look at that at any rivalry. Duke and North Carolina in basketball, when both are great, looks great. Michigan, Ohio State, the Yankees and the Red Sox. I can go on and on about the best of the best and so forth rivalries. So it elevates it when both are great. So for sure.
It definitely does. Man, you know what? Sure. I forgot to put the link in Finish the Drill. Big shout out to everybody over there at Finish the Drill. Rebels with a Cause podcast. We're hammering it down right now, and I'm gonna put that link in the Finish the Drill.
Yeah, please do. So, one of the storylines right now, obviously, your contenders, pretenders. We're talking about Heisman winners. Mateer was looking great. Now with this hand thing, I mean, you got 4 weeks that he's going to be out. Conveniently, he'll be back for the Tennessee game, but there's going to be some rust there. I think that maybe Tennessee might have gotten a little bit of a break there, especially with our defensive guys. There's some guys that are out, maybe some that are done for the year. I have not heard. Maybe you guys.
I heard today McCoy and I forgot who the other one is. We'll be back for the Arkansas game.
Well, that's good.
2 weeks.
That's good. So
we get him back. We get an offensive lineman back Saturday. We get Jordan Ori. He comes back Saturday.
We get Moy back also.
Still playing without Dave Sanders, though.
Still playing without Sanders, but the offensive line has played really well, and that's been one of the surprises of the years, the fact that Sanders hasn't been in the lineup, and we're still playing well.
Well, and I told you guys, I really felt good about the offensive line this year. They have not disappointed me, so I'm glad that I got that prediction right.
I didn't get the criticism on the defense when we were up real quick that it was like, okay, throw in the backups, and then the backups.
Yep.
Like people were like,
because people lost money on the gambling. Keep going though, Shane. Yeah. That's what it was all about.
Like the defense did what they were supposed to do, and then you're playing your second, third, fourth string.
Yep.
Yeah.
We had walk-ons getting on there.
Shout out to Ryan Scott. He's starting a long snapper now for Tennessee.
That's right.
I talked to Joanne at the game, his mom. Shout out to Joanne Scott. So
shout out to Tommy Winton the third. He got some reps again.
Tommy Winton got out there.
That's right. He did too.
So that's awesome.
I saw him get 2 catches, at least 2.
That's
Yep.
fantastic, man.
That's it.
Fantastic.
The
man.
bye week couldn't have come at a better time for the Vols, to be honest with you. I think,
Yep.
just get through Mississippi State.
Mhm.
Not that they're a trash team, but this will be a good warm up. Arkansas's reeling, and I think that Pittman's done after this week. I think Notre Dame's going to smash them.
Oh,
I really
God.
believe that. So
I can't watch that. That's how bad it's going to be.
Yeah, Love's going to make some money Saturday if he can stay healthy. Honestly, with some scouts. So,
you feel like
I'm so drunk.
nearing it. You feel like
Go
it's
ahead.
nearing the end for certain coaches.
Mhm.
Like the Mike Gundy 18 years ago to the day of his catastrophic blow up.
Yep.
He's gone after 18 years. But you look at what were they in the last 13 games?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They were bad.
Yeah. They were above 500. I heard a stat. They were above 500 for the last up until 2023. And he was the second longest tenured coach, if you can believe that. Does anybody want to name me who Oklahoma State's coach was before Mike Gundy?
Before
Pat
Mike
Jones.
Not Pat Jones. It'll surprise you. I was wrong. I thought it was Bobby Simmons' dad, but it wasn't. There was somebody in between.
No, I did not know. No, because he's been there 18 years.
Les Miles was the coach at Oklahoma
State, and he went to LSU.
Yep, before, and Mike Gundy took over. Yep, little known Mike Gundy took over.
That's right.
Mike Gundy was a former.
I forgot about that.
Yep.
Mike Gundy was a quarterback.
Yep. And then in his backfield was Barry Sanders and Thurman Thomas, two Hall of Famers, college and pro.
Yeah. Well, Shane, can I ask you something? Being a coach, man, the three coaches have already been fired. It looks like Pittman's probably going to be the fourth one. If you already knew these guys were going to be on the hot seat, why did you even go into the season with them at this point? Tell me that.
Yep. You're optimistic that they get it turned around. There's probably been inside discussions already, like, hey, here's what's going on. Here's how we feel. And also, you're hoping maybe after probably something in the clause with the buyout is a lot lower.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's the main thing. I think that's the main thing.
Because, I mean, Billy Napier should be gone also, but he's not.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe that's why Miami took it easy on him. We want you to extend the guy. We wanted him to be there for Tennessee or whatever like that.
Yeah.
So, keep going.
I mean, I think Billy Napier needs 9 more years. He'll get turned around.
He'll get eventually. I mean, he'll get a roster that'll work for him, I mean, and a quarterback that might throw over 100 yards or something. So, yeah. But
not go 0 for 13 and third down. I just found that shocking.
Yeah. No, like I said, I've not seen a Miami defense do that.
Larry's right there. It's about saving the kids from transferring too.
That's right.
But
now
every player that's on a roster and the head coach gets fired has a 30-day window to hit the portal.
Yep. So this week is the last week for it. After 4 weeks.
Oh, and they got rid of. I think they said they got rid of the spring portal now.
They got rid of the spring portal.
Yep.
Hey, you know what's going to be a crazy storyline through all of what we're seeing now? When we go back to history, and it's going to be like a time capsule of the transfer portal, like when it first broke, when the transfer portal first ever broke, you're going to have stories of, you ever see colleges swap quarterbacks and then their head coach gets fired by the administration? This is the era of semi-pro football.
Yep.
That replaces the amateur level as we once knew it. Because look at what I mean. We thrive on given our analysis from high school games of, it's like we're giving these guys, we're giving the colleges the information that they don't have because we're the sports source for a town in Marble City, right?
Yep.
Crazy to think that.
Be a great 30 for 30 one day. Would be a great 30 for 30. So
I think the
transfer portal.
Didn't imagine it's 30 for 30 in 10, 20 years.
Yep.
And then you didn't have to just do football. You could do the basketball craziness. A North Carolina Tar Heel now playing for the Wolfpack. I mean, are you kidding me? What are we talking about here? So
this never never would have had, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we lived in an era where if you transferred from Oklahoma, you went to like Notre Dame, or if you transferred from Oklahoma, you went to UCLA, or you transferred from Tennessee, you wouldn't go to Vanderbilt.
Exactly.
This is the era we live in, where guys will transfer from Tennessee to go to Vanderbilt.
Did you see what the former DB said about?
Yeah,
he's on
give
the
us
side now. Like, dude, go check the records.
Exactly.
It's a rich history.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this:
80 wins to 30 wins or something like that.
Larry mentioned DeBoer and Brian Kelly next year. Let me tell you this: if Vanderbilt goes into Tuscaloosa next week and handles business, I think DeBoer is going to be U-hauled his ass out of there in Tuscaloosa. So yeah, I mean,
don't lose the Vandy or Tennessee like you did last year at home. At home.
Yeah,
but
I'm
really
something?
interested. I'm really interested in seeing this. The game that I'm interested in seeing, because I don't feel as if Georgia had the overall greatest talent. I just think that they understand how to win ball games like that. Georgia, if you give it to them on a platter, they're going to take that type of game. So when you look at all of the teams, you look at, I think Miami's pressure and D-line, it's reminiscent of what those great Miami Hurricane defenses were. If you got pressure, you let athletes be athletes.
Yep.
So it's been an interesting college football season, to say the least. But Florida, I had this crazy dream. I had a dream that Steve Spurrier was coaching back in Gainesville. Crazy dream.
How old is he now? Would he even entertain that?
No.
He's near 70 now.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd push that.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'd go for Golish. I wonder, wouldn't that be something if Golish took that job?
That would be my first phone call.
Spurrier is 80 years old.
But this is what I don't get. You see it in the NFL with Pete Carroll, coaching at a longer age.
Yep.
We're in an era where a coach, before the transfer portal, you can see a coach like Lane Kiffin leave a school, go to a school, then get fired by said school, have the assistant coach job everywhere, win national titles for coaches, up under Saban, then you finally get a program. Now, do you make that transition from Ole Miss, the hatred? If you went from Tennessee, Ole Miss, Alabama.
It's not far-fetched.
It's really Tommy Tuberville. Went from Auburn to Ole Miss. Yeah, Tommy Tuberville. Yeah. So now the U.S. Senator for the state of Alabama. Did that in coaching in the SEC.
Hey, and we got some storylines about Auburn University on Rebels with a Cause.
Oh, yeah, we already hit that. Yeah, I'll get that banners. Yeah, I'll get that banners up there and so forth again. Yeah, hold on one second. Yeah, I started the show off. I was very gracious. Two things I do want to do. Yeah, no, this is what I wrote. Hold on.
Gracious.
No, I was gracious.
He was actually gracious. He was gracious.
I wished him a happy retirement, and I wanted to give adapt to a West alum and Stephen Pearl and becoming
this.
Yeah, so
that West High team, Lateef Michael.
I remember that.
Ryan McGrew.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sean Sanders. You want to talk about a lineup? That lineup, it could have. That's one of those West High teams that could have been.
Oh yeah.
With Stephen Pearl. Stephen Pearl was really. If you ever got to see those West games,
they were fun to watch that year.
I did both of the Bearden games.
High school,
they were
Stephen
fights.
Pearl. I don't think people really like Stephen Pearl in high school was not the Stephen Pearl in college.
Yeah, not even close.
Because had he been able to do what he was able to do at West, like that, he had to become a whole different player.
I was coming off the broken foot from football.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
for sure.
I did both of those Beard and West games that year. Those were battles.
Battle.
Those were major battles.
Yeah, it was a rough week for Auburn. I mean, honestly, Rudy Johnson, rest in peace, getting screwed on a call there. They went toe-to-toe with Oklahoma.
Yeah, rest in peace to Rudy. Rudy, one of the better college running backs of his day at Auburn. Fantastic pro with the Cincinnati Bengals. And it just mental health. If anything, mental health is serious. It's something we don't get to talk about too much, but you got to have that constant encouragement from your support system.
Definitely.
There's many times as men you can be down and out, whether it's health issues, whether it's life can beat you up. You know,
yes, it can.
It can.
It's all about how many times you're gonna face the adversity and get up from it and finish the drill.
Exactly.
Like you got to finish the drill, no matter what it is in life. And shout out to all my guys that finished the drill. You got to finish the drill because the war is not over. You got to keep fighting. And you got to keep striving.
It's true.
Shout out to our reigning coach of the year. Our reigning coach of the year. Let me write that guy right there.
That's right.
Reigning coach of the year.
Yeah. No, Larry's got a great point. It's harder for men because we're programmed to deal with it. Yeah, absolutely. And you know, the interesting thing is sometimes, honestly, if you just tell somebody, how are you doing? It can go a long, long way.
Man, it does.
Honestly, it really can. Just how are you doing? Honestly.
Hey, Two-Pair, this time last year, I was in the hospital fighting for my life. And yes, the mental health thing is a big deal, especially when I came out of both diabetic comas. I had to struggle through. Why am I here? I felt like I should have died, but I didn't. Somebody up there wanted me to stick around for a reason, and I had to fight to get back to that. And I thought of everybody, all the support that I got after everything came out about what happened to me. The support I got meant more to me than you could possibly ever know. I'm still getting that support today, a year after all of that, from nurses, from the doctors that took care of me. The doctors that took care of me then still call me once a week to check on me and make sure that I'm doing okay.
That's awesome.
Yes, it is a struggle, and I have now more talked about everything that has happened to me, and I feel so much better. My health is so much better. My mental health is better for what I went through, and now I can share with other people what I went through. And hopefully, I help them. Hopefully, I'm helping them, man.
Yeah, no, it is. You are, and honestly, I think back to last year at this time, that devastating hurricane that took so many people, 100-year storm there in North Carolina, washed away the roads and towns and people's lives, and people were never found. I mean, and just think a year later, there's not even one hurricane except for one churning out in the Atlantic Ocean. It's weird how things go year to year. You know,
tell me about it,
type of a thing. So it really is. Two things before we move on to next week, and I want to talk about another thing that I know you guys are very passionate about too, and I have some thoughts on it. Two scores that really stood out to me. That I know that we focus more on the ACC and the SEC, but I thought I'd throw it out there. And technically, they are an SEC school, but I still want to laugh at it, and I'm sure Larry will chime in on this one. First off, I want to talk about Illinois. Absolutely, just laid an egg and got blasted by Indiana, 63 to whatever it was.
Nobody saw that
half a century. But the one that I laughed at is all of a sudden Arch Manning is standing over Sam Houston State, flexing. And I'm like, it's Sam Houston State, boy. What you talking about? Why didn't you do that to Ohio State that first week? You cost me money. So, Sam, get out of here, man. Standing over Sam Houston State. Are you joking me?
Hey, there's a parody. There's an AI parody out there. They have Eli and Peyton doing a Manning cast. They did a Manning cast with Arch. Arch threw a touchdown pass. Okay, Arch is a member of the family. Then he throws an interception, and it goes, yeah, Arch was adopted. I told Cooper Arch was adopted. That was the best. I'm sitting there laughing. If you don't get a chance on Monday Night Football to watch whenever Eli and Peyton do the Manning cast, if you ever want to learn more about the game of football, the intricacies, they're great to watch because they will teach you in the most basic skill. They'll go through numbers, but they will teach you what play is coming, how this is happening. They're a great learning tool for those who don't know anything about what plays are running and everything. And they're great comedy too. They have great guests on there all the time, and
it's fun.
It's very popular. It's very popular.
You can always catch it on YouTube if you miss it live too. So yeah, no, it's really good. So the other thing, it's not on the ticker because they're not a top 25 team. Speaking of coaches that you wish maybe you still had, because he really wasn't that bad when it was all said and done. You think North Carolina's rethinking this whole Bill Belichick thing? I mean, she was asking for her allowance before they got their ass absolutely handed to them by the Golden Knights.
Did you see what she was wearing?
Oh yeah.
Who shows up?
What didn't you see? You saw everything. You saw everything on the sidelines there.
6-inch knee-high boots on. She looked like a streetwalker, man.
Could you imagine Brett Musburger if he was calling the game, "Ladies and gentlemen, who is that?" or whatever? Like that's Bill Belichick.
The camera would never leave her. The camera would never leave her.
Brett Musburger.
A tribute to Brett Musburger because this past Sunday was the 50th anniversary of the beginning of the NFL Today. CBS did a great tribute.
They did. Shout out to them. Yeah, Kerry, I'm so glad you brought that up because they had the old sports jackets, there was no graphics, nothing special. It was just, bam, old school NFL Today back in the 70s or whatever like that. And even James Brown was rocking a fro with like sideburns and everything. Like it was hilarious. So, yeah.
Tribute to that show because that show set the scene for every pregame show in every sport humanly possible. If it wasn't for the NFL Today,
Today,
don't realize what they did.
Man, it was. Gosh, it was everything, man. Like just that coming on Sunday mornings, the NFL Today, and then the variations. I mean, you even had everybody from CBS that went to Fox.
And as a kid, I can tell you, I had crushes on Phyllis George and Jane Kennedy, man.
Jane Kennedy.
Woo! Yeah. I don't care what everyone says. I just wanted to see that.
I hear you. That's the eye right there.
Hot.
So, yeah.
They were hot, man.
Jane Kennedy
was smoking. Oh God, was she smoking?
I did want to. Whoever wants to take the topic, I did want to go to the SEC going to 9 games. It was announced. You got 3 permanent dance partners, and you rotate the others. I was fine with who Tennessee got, with Alabama, Kentucky, and Vanderbilt. I was fine with that.
I like the way they're doing the schedule completely now.
I do too.
You get everybody within, like in that 4-year span, you play everyone.
Yeah.
I love getting Auburn back on the schedule because real Tennessee fans, your 3 best rivals, of course, are Alabama, Kentucky, and Vanderbilt. The 4th longest rival you played was Auburn. And I hated that game leaving because I loved playing Auburn. Some of my best football memories involving UT involve games with Auburn.
Well, wasn't Georgia Tech a huge rival for a long time before?
Yeah, but to the 60s when they left the conference.
Yeah.
I feel like Auburn and Florida have always been like that rival for us. Right,
and you took the words out of my mouth because they've even had some classic games too, pair.
Yes,
and I'm surprised they were not matched up. Like it just didn't make sense to me. Because I think the Big 12 team should have really been rotating more and so forth to keep those rivalries. Like I really thought Florida should have kept one of LSU and Auburn, and they didn't get either of them.
This is my thing. I don't feel like Texas A&M, Missouri, Texas, those schools don't need to be in the SEC. Like they're not SEC schools.
Like take them over Missouri.
Yeah, over Missouri. Now they did Texas right. They gave them Texas A&M. They gave them Arkansas and Oklahoma. Those are their natural rivals.
They are their natural rivals.
Yeah.
Those are their natural rivals.
I feel like those schools. We got in that era. If we still had the Big East in football, like it just would be. I felt like the conferences, it was better when it was those type of conferences, when it was like the Big East, the Big 12,
the Southwestern Conference before they became the Big 12, the Big
before
8.
the Big 12, the Big
Yeah.
8.
Tailgating for Tennessee's games next year, though, is
Big
going to be
12.
Oh, it's gonna be off the chain. We got LSU coming here. We got Auburn coming here next. We got Texas coming here next year.
Alabama.
The home schedule next year is killer.
5 home games, and they're all
killer.
So the Texas game is here next year. Is that right?
And then we go there in 28.
Okay.
And plus a non-conference game next year with Georgia Tech in Atlanta.
Is that going to be the Chick-fil-A game or what have you?
No, I think that's going to actually be on Georgia Tech's camp. I think that's a campus game.
In Bobby Dodd, Bobby Dodd Stadium. Okay.
And I think we get them in 27 here in Knoxville.
Do you imagine out of Vol fans in Atlanta?
Yep.
That will be a home game.
If it sells out, they should move that game.
They'll probably move it. I'd say they'll probably move it.
They're going to have to move it because how much revenue Tennessee and Georgia Tech can garner
for a
football game.
That's a lot of money, man.
This might be a stupid question because I know you guys aren't like well, Two Pair you might be because obviously you are with Florida State. Is the Gators and Knowles still happening, and is Kentucky and Louisville still happening? Those even though they're out of conference, because realistically, those are tough matchups for those guys.
You have to have a Power 5 team or Power 4, really, is what it is now. Scheduled. So that keeps a lot of those traditional rivalries.
Like Clemson, South Carolina.
That'll stay. Okay. I was curious about that
Kentucky,
because
Louisville, Florida State. Yeah, those will stay.
You have to have
those count as their Power 1.
I feel like those are staples. Like Miami, Florida State has to happen.
Yeah.
Miami, Florida has to happen.
Yep.
You
know?
Well, and you want to know the crazy thing is Miami signed a contract with South Carolina as their SEC opponent. Like, they had Texas A&M for a couple years. They had the Gators, and that just finished up. And I didn't know if South Carolina and Miami was even going to stay on the schedule with them, having the 9 games now or something. But, I mean, it's still kind of cool because I like it from a standpoint that when they come up to Columbia, I can go to Columbia, and that's only a 4-hour drive for me to watch
trip.
Miami.
I love going to Columbia. I love going to Columbia.
Yeah, good couple of restaurants to eat there too. So
and the view is great, and the view going through the mountains is fantastic.
It is.
A lot of fans go. A lot of visiting fans go to like to go to South Carolina. That's one of the favorite places to go. And there's not a bad seat in that building. There's not a bad seat in that building for a South Carolina game.
Yeah,
I spent 3 years driving through Columbia every long weekend.
Man.
And you want to know something? In years past, I would have been upset with Alabama being, our permanent person because, in years past, we used to be like, well, there's one loss right there. Now I feel that the rivalry is going to now tend to our favor, that we can go on a run for a while.
History says that the rivalry is turning our way. History says that it's turning our way because once a streak gets broken, another streak usually starts.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think about it, Fulmer owned it from '94 to 2006. I mean, maybe lost one, tied one in there, and so forth. But then when Saban came, it was
and Saban owned it from that moment on.
Took a no-name 2007 team. I still can't believe we lost that one. I'll never forget that. So,
But I'm glad they kept a lot of the traditional rivals together. I know Lane Kiffin was upset because they lost Vanderbilt, and they've played Vanderbilt over 100 times. He was really upset about that when they gave them Oklahoma instead of Vanderbilt, and they were really upset because Vanderbilt has been a traditional rival of Ole Miss for over 110 years.
Well, can I throw that out there, Kerry? I'm glad you brought that up because that made no sense to me. I would have thought that Ole Miss would have rather maybe kept an Arkansas or a Vanderbilt as opposed to
Oklahoma.
I mean, obviously you're going to keep the Egg Bowl, but like Oklahoma and Ole Miss, what?
Yeah.
Like, really? Like, if anything, Oklahoma should have had Missouri or someone like that, as opposed to Ole Miss.
I think they did get Missouri.
Yeah.
I think Oklahoma did get Missouri.
Yeah, they avoided the Texas. They avoided the Texas A&M. Yeah, that's what they avoided. So yeah, for sure. So yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, it's going to be interesting, and like you said, man, those home games next year, because years past it used to be like, Florida and Alabama, the year that they were here was awesome, but when they were away, you really had Georgia, maybe South Carolina. Now you've got some sexy matchups that are coming here that are guaranteed top 25 games, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I mean, I could be wrong. So
yeah. I'm looking at Tennessee's schedule right now. After week 4 is pure SEC football. Yeah. There's no homecoming cupcake anymore.
Nope.
No. Well, talking about the notable big games, I've changed the ticker from the bottom, from the scores from last week, unless there was another game you guys wanted to discuss that we hadn't discussed. But let's talk about this week, man. We have got some, I could almost see that these next couple weekends are going to be judgment weekends. Like they remember the old, they used to do like Judgment Day weekends and stuff like that. Well, you've got some matchups this weekend and next weekend that are going to show who the pretenders and the contenders are.
Separate the wheat from the chaff.
Right.
Yes. And like I said, I'll tell you one right off the bat that I'm going to go with, and I'm going to go outside the conference. I think Oregon is going to beat Penn State on Saturday.
I
like Oregon and Dan.
Oregon beats Penn State
in Happy Valley. I don't care if they're doing a whiteout. I like them. So
can I tell you that James Franklin has only had 4 major big wins against the top 5,
and that's
he's 4-20. He's 4-20 against the top 5. He's 4-20 against the top 10.
Yep,
he is 4-20 against the top 10 AP ranked top 10 since being there. Yeah, I agree with you. I think Oregon goes there. And I think Mr. Moore, who's their quarterback, establishes himself as the leader in the Heisman Trophy race.
I agree with that. Yeah. And Dan Lanning can coach. I mean, he can coach.
Dan Lanning can really coach, man. He's showing.
And I trust Lanning.
Showing these guys.
And I trust Dan
Lanning.
He
can recruit.
Yeah.
And I trust Dan Lanning before I'll ever trust James Franklin. I'll never trust him. He's got to show me.
Got to.
Maybe they can get Key to coach instead of James Franklin. You know how Game Day likes to bring him on and act like Key is awesome. So, yeah. Let me tell you guys, we're going to go for it on 4th down and 3. So, that kind of stuff.
Can't go wrong with somebody named Keegan.
You can't. So, Key knows what's up. So, that game, I've already made my prediction that Notre Dame smashes Arkansas, and I think that's the end of Pittman. I will be shocked if Pittman comes to Neyland Stadium. Unless, like you said, there's some buyout that I don't know about, if it drops a couple weeks, if they wait. But what's the point? That's a dead man team walking right now, honestly, at this point.
Man.
So,
it really is.
I got an upset for you.
Go for it.
Arkansas is a good team.
It's not one of the big games I'll talk about. It's a big game, but not one of the big games I'll talk about later. I have Washington beating Ohio State.
Ooh, that's not that far-fetched.
Washington is a tough place to play.
Julian Sayers has to go.
This is his first true road game.
And
of all the places for your first true road game, you go into Seattle.
We've seen some of the best quarterbacks.
Ken Dorsey, that was the only game he lost, in my opinion. So,
Hey, and that was a tough one. Was that the Marcus Tuiasosopo?
Marcus Tuiasosopo. Yep. Yeah, Butch Davis
that team went on to the Rose Bowl.
Yep. Butch Davis did not like Clinton Portis and literally played James Jackson the first half, then plays Clinton Portis in the second half, but it was just too little too late to come back. So
Washington is a tough place. That building is a tough place to play.
They got a good team.
The fans are there. Got a good team. Ohio State's walking into a storm. If they're not careful, Washington's defense is grossly underrated. If they're not careful, they could get rocked. Because northern teams go up there and they do not do well up there. It's that 3,000. They got to travel 2,500 miles. It's an early afternoon game. Yeah. That's the CBS game. So CBS actually has a pretty good game this week. And they've got that game.
Larry's got the line of the night so far. Shit, I trust Bishop Sycamore's coach over James Franklin.
I agree.
My God, that guy, that shyster. So
that shyster, man.
If they don't win, they definitely cover. No, I mean Washington. They impressed me in that Apple Cup last week against Washington State. They took care of business.
Really good.
They took care of business. So, and that's why I liked how Oregon took care of business against Oregon State in the Civil War. Those games got played earlier. I think Oregon, man, they're ready to knock Penn State's ass out.
They're ready to win another Big Ten.
You don't believe James Franklin. Nobody does.
No.
Nope. He's got to show me.
And if it was an Autzen, it'd be a wrap. If
it would work.
Autzen State, it'd be a wrap. I mean, forget about that.
Something about playing up in the Northwest is tough. It's tough for visiting teams. Oregon, Autzen Stadium is tough. Husky Stadium is going to be tough, and it's loud. It's going to be rocking up there for Ohio State and Washington.
Can I throw one more team out there that just absolutely – we don't need to hear anything more about them with their little red balloon and Herbie Husker. Nebraska's –
yeah.
It's over.
They had every chance to win that game.
I don't want to hear about it anymore. Michigan, they didn't even have Sharon coaching, and Michigan still won.
They had every chance to win that game. Nebraska just can't.
Matt Rule will not be there next year. No, they're done. They're absolutely done.
Because he'll find another record.
What about Indiana? Yeah, what about Indiana at Iowa? That's another game that could be interesting.
Especially after you impressively destroyed Illinois. That's a trap. Because Iowa's tough at home. That's a major trap game. Major trap game. Of course, you got Alabama and Georgia, and that's going to be a war. But I think Georgia, in the long run, outlasts them. Georgia knows how to win. They've got players on that team that have been all the winning they've been through. They know how to win. The Tennessee game proved that alone because, quite frankly, Kirby Smart even said it at his press conference. Tennessee should have won the game.
Yeah.
But our players knew how to win. Our players knew how to win, and they did.
Shane, any games from the ticker that stand out to you that you're looking forward to this weekend, other than the obvious, obviously watching the Vols kick some ass, but what else you think? So
the LSU Ole Miss game intrigues me.
Larry, who you got in that one? I know you hate LSU, but do you think Kiffin and the boys pull it off? I mean, they should have won last year and they let them off the hook. I mean, they really did blow that game last year.
They want revenge badly.
Yeah.
They want revenge bad because they felt they played their worst game of the year in LSU and barely lost. They want revenge badly.
I'm also curious on the Georgia-Alabama game. Did Tennessee put enough on to know how to take out Georgia?
Good evening, all.
Ole Miss beats the shit out of LSU, Larry. So
I think
if they got the opportunity, they'll run it up.
Mississippi State has improved. They're going to be tough. But the thing is, we've also improved, and we still have better athletes than they do.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be the difference.
I say Tennessee by 13.
Yeah, I think they get a late score, and it's a double-digit win.
Yeah.
I actually had Tennessee winning by 20, to be honest with you. Maybe I'm thinking too much.
I think it'll be 14. I think it'll be 14.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Like, the one thing is, if the Vols can go toe-to-toe with Georgia, they should take care of everybody left on their schedule. Oklahoma with Mateer or not Mateer, honestly, at this point. I'm going to see what Oklahoma does these next few weeks because they're about to get really tested now.
They got Texas, they go to South Carolina, and they got somebody else in the midst. So, yeah, they're going to get tested. They're going to get tested big time.
Yeah, Trinidad Chambliss starts, and LSU
he's the
can't
starter.
defend mobile quarterbacks. Yeah. And LSU better find an offense because realistically, that win against Clemson isn't looking that hot anymore.
No.
And then obviously Miami was more dominant against Florida without.
Yep.
I allowed Florida 300 plus yards of offense, and Miami only allowed 157. I want you all to think about that.
I still can't believe that Carson Beck had more yards passing than Florida had total.
Yes.
That's amazing.
And they didn't even really have to pass. All they did was run the ball down their throat the whole time. I mean, that's just crazy to me. You're right. So
there are some this weekend is going to be some unbelievable action. We got conference schedule starting to get going, and the action's only going to get hotter and better.
Let me ask you this, guys. If Tennessee wasn't playing at 4:00, which game would you guys watch? Would you watch the CBS Ohio State at Washington? Would you watch the Ole Miss LSU, or are you liking that Auburn game against who are they playing? They also
Texas
play. Thank you, Texas A&M.
That's going to be a good one too.
I think that'll be a good one. So I'll tell you one thing: that quarterback for Texas A&M, he's fun to watch.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
They're fun to watch. They're fun to watch. A&M is a fun to watch They're in constant motion. Their speed is unbelievable, and I think that's what gets Auburn in the end. I think their speed is just elite. They have elite speed.
Yeah.
And their quarterback is absolutely. Their quarterback's amazing. Jackson Arnold for Auburn. I'll tell you what, he showed me a lot against Oklahoma, how tough he was. He took some shots.
Yeah.
He got sacked 10 times and took countless other shots, and he was still standing with a chance for them to win.
I got the game that I would, for me, that LSU Ole Miss game.
That's going to be war.
Yeah.
And just the
linebacker from LSU.
Yo,
oh my God, man.
The art of war on college football. Like, this is going on during the transfer portal. Like, this is, I'm telling you, man, this stuff is gold.
Yeah. I'm glad Larry also mentioned that because I was going to ask you guys, USC, Jay Maivia out there. And
he's outstanding.
He's outstanding. And, that some people are saying he's better than Caleb Williams and fits Lincoln Riley's offense better.
That's a scary thought. He looks good. He looks really good.
Better than the guy that won the Heisman?
Yeah.
That's what they're saying about Jay Maivia. So
that's saying something.
Yeah.
He's got a tough one Saturday with Illinois because I'll tell you what, Illinois got embarrassed. Illinois got embarrassed last week.
Yeah.
And now they're at home. You know they're going to come out fist and fire and everything else with them. That's going to be a tremendous noon game. That's a tremendous noon game to start the day.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. You know how we were talking at the beginning of the year about Notre Dame's schedule, that if Miami and A&M didn't do it, Notre Dame looked like they had a cakewalk. Now, all of a sudden, Notre Dame having that USC game, that actually has an interesting, some ramifications. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the game's out in
It's at Notre Dame,
Los Angeles this year. I think it is. So
no,
I have to look that up.
It might be. Yeah, you may have to look that up
because I thought they went to Notre Dame last year.
I thought
and got
so
whipped.
too. They got out.
Now here's what most people think is the sharp. A super sharp.
If that's in LA, that's huge.
Yeah.
If it's in LA, it is
4,000 atoms thick. Now for comparison,
well, which one would you watch, Shane? If the Vols weren't playing at 4:15, which would be your cup of tea? The CBS, ESPN, or the ABC game?
with an edge of 2,000 atoms thick,
ABC.
twice as sharp as a kitchen knife. And now for the sharpest blade in the known world.
Because the games that are even on during our time frame that I would be glued to, it would be Auburn, Texas A&M, LSU, Ole Miss.
Is 200 times sharper than a scalpel.
That Ohio State Washington game's got me.
It's tempting too, man.
Actually, it's in Notre Dame. Notre Dame is hosting USC, and it's actually the 7:30 NBC game on October 18th, by the way.
Wow, that's going to be huge. That's going to get huge ratings.
Yep.
Don't be surprised. And what is the date on that game?
The 18th. So that's 3 Saturdays from Saturday. So
Don't
3 Saturdays away.
I wouldn't be surprised if game day wasn't there.
Yeah. Yeah, because if they keep winning,
and it may be the last time they face each other because they haven't renewed the contract for the next few years. This may be the last time.
God, and that game has been going on for years.
Forever.
Wow, that's another game.
Since 1947, they have played each other.
1923. He just drank.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's a chance, and that series could end this year.
Party.
Just when both teams are pretty much back to where they used to be.
You guys keep talking. Ian's got me curious about USC because I have not really paid attention to USC's conference schedule. Let's see here. They've got Illinois, the Michigan game could be interesting, but Michigan has to go to Los Angeles. So
that'll be very interesting.
That'll be a good one on the 11th next.
Their first trip to. And I think if history has it correct, that might be their first trip ever to USC.
No longer there. It's actually called Phantom Limb Pain.
USC also has a trip to Autzen Stadium the week before Thanksgiving. So realistically, their two toughest conference games. Obviously Illinois is ranked, but I think USC will probably win that one. The Michigan game and the Oregon game, but realistically,
and they don't see Ohio State or Penn State.
They don't see Ohio State, Penn State, nor do they see Indiana either.
Wow.
So yeah, they don't. So
man, oh man,
interesting. Interesting indeed. So,
It's going to get interesting in the Big Ten real soon.
yeah, for
Them
sure.
in the SEC, that's the college football world. It's in the SEC and the Big Ten, man.
It is. It is. Well, the other thing too is that going to the another matchup that I don't even have on here, but I was kind of intrigued. Well, I do actually have it on here. It's Friday. It's Florida State and Virginia. On the road and so forth.
7 o'clock game.
Yeah, and
that was the first place Florida State lost their first game
That's
in the
right.
ACC.
Yes, I remember
That's
that.
a trap game.
Yeah,
Warwick
Virginia's
Dunn-
not trash.
I remember
they're really
Warwick
good,
Dunn got
so.
stopped at the goal line
Yeah.
to for Virginia to win that game. I remember that.
Yeah, and if I'm
Classic
not
game.
mistaken, the Barber twins were on that
Barber
Virginia
twins,
team. Tiki and
Rondé
Ron.
and Tiki.
Yeah, Tiki.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah. But yeah, like that's intriguing to me, man. That is a really intriguing thing.
That is a trap game extraordinaire for Florida State. You got Miami in 8 days.
Mhm.
You play them first. You cannot look past Virginia. Virginia can score a lot of points.
And then these ACC Friday games. I mean, Miami's got one the week after or after Florida State, where they got Louisville. The only good thing is at least they're at home, but Louisville's not a joke of a team. So
Louisville-
they can score points. So,
Jeff Brom and that bunch, they can score points, man.
yeah, for sure. So
My favorite trip.
It's ACC Friday. Yep.
yeah, Castellano's got a little binged up, and then but Ian thinks the Seminoles roll on Friday. So there you go. So I mean,
Yeah. This is a big chance in that week for Mike Norvell.
Yeah.
I think Barrio is fine in Miami, but Mike Norvell, this is a big chance to reestablish himself as one of the premier coaches in the country if he beats Miami. He beats Miami, he reestablishes himself as one of those guys, one of those hot guys.
Let me ask you guys this. Do you think that I am maybe just I think Georgia rolls on Saturday against Alabama. Am I disrespecting it? I almost feel like ESPN felt that the Oregon Penn State game would be. I for sure thought they were going to do game day in Georgia. I for sure thought they would, but they didn't. So, but I wonder if ESPN thought, well, we don't need 2 weeks in a row to showcase a game just because it's Georgia Alabama. It's not Nick Saban. Alabama, and Alabama might have Jam back at running back, but I just think Georgia's better than them. I think Georgia wins by like 2 touchdowns.
I think Georgia should win. I just don't. I don't believe in Alabama with the quarterback play.
Is high, but he proved them all wrong.
I also think too that SEC Nation's not even going to be in Athens. They're going to be at Ole Miss.
Yeah,
they're at Ole Miss,
interesting.
LSU and Ole Miss.
That's interesting.
Very interesting.
Wow. Everybody knows Alabama's on the downside, and you maybe get DeBoer one more year.
Yep.
Yeah. Unless Vanderbilt or Auburn beat them, so that might be the end right there. So yeah.
Oh, let the world end if Auburn beats them. If the world ends if Auburn beats them, because Hugh Freeze will have saved his job for 4 more years. He gets 4 years if he beats Alabama.
Yeah. Ian, are you talking about the Georgia-Bama game? You think that's a 1-possession game? I mean, that's cool if you think that. Like I just don't know how Ty Simpkins does again in a hostile environment, And realistically, since Florida State, they've not played really anybody good, in my opinion. I mean, Wisconsin. Here's another coach that might be on the hot seat. Wisconsin's coach, because they got blown out by Maryland at home, and we're not even talking about that. Luke Fickell. Yeah.
And remember last year, Georgia had the lead in the second half in Alabama, and then it became the Jalen Milroe show in the second half. He took over that game, and Alabama won that game. He ain't there this year, and I don't think Ty Simpson can run like Jalen Milroe.
No, and Beck threw 3 interceptions in that game,
and he's not there either.
And he's not there either. So I don't know.
And the game's in Athens. That's going to be a tough, tall order for Alabama.
I'll definitely be watching Saturday night. I'll definitely be watching. I mean, that's probably the game that I'll be watching that night. Probably. I mean, I'll keep an eye on Oregon, Penn State. That's the NBC game. But I mean, I watch SEC football. It's just a different brand. It just is. So,
I just want to see what Oregon. I just want to see if Penn State can muster up, because this is not Ohio State. It's not Michigan. It's Oregon. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah. Yeah, I had money on that game. What a punk! So,
oh man, you had money on it.
Oh shoot!
So college action Friday and Saturday is going to be off the. Saturday's going to be off the chain. You got a lot of matchups. You got a lot of great matchups and a lot of trap situations,
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of trap situations,
Yeah.
because you got even bigger games the next couple of weeks, man. In 2 weeks, you got, let's see, Texas is off this week. I think Oklahoma's off this week. So you got Texas and Oklahoma in 3 weeks at the Cotton Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be major.
Yeah, it's a shame that we didn't get Mateer against Arch in that game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Type of a thing. So, but no, Ian. Here's the thing: you should be pissed. I mean, honestly, like Tennessee, I'm still thinking about that. Like, I mean, in past years, thank God one loss won't kill you. But that to me was like losing to the Gators early on in the year, and then you still go 11-1, but you're going to the Citrus Bowl type of thing. Thank God that's not the case. By letting Georgia off the hook there, but Tennessee left that one out there. I hate to say it, I really do, because it was all the markings, a beautiful game day atmosphere. The crowd was into it, and damn it, they had them by the cojones, and you let them up. I mean, you just let them up, and it was perfect to get them at the beginning of the year, where in the past years you've met them at the end of the year when they were a well-oiled machine at that point. They'll be great come November if they're still trying to figure it out right now. That's just how they are.
And
that's how Georgia is.
Too, give credit to Josh Heupel, because the UAB game could have been a letdown, and they could have had a hangover from that Georgia game, and they showed no effects of a hang. Past teams would have shown a hangover after a tough loss like that. Not this team. They flushed it out and got down the dog. And hey, just something to think about.
The in the locker room is so much better now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you this: Old Colorado and BYU. Larry brought that game up and so
That'll
forth.
Be good.
I mean, I like that. I mean, there's great football on from noon up until 1 a.m. if you really want to stay up that late. I do, but there's a really good bunch of football on Saturday. There really is now. And that's why we notated these games. And then next weekend has got some solid matchups as well. I mean, obviously the Miami Florida State game is going to take precedence, but I think Vanderbilt Alabama has a potential to be a really good game next week. And I know a lot of people, it's going to take a minute to think Vanderbilt, but this coach for them, he has got them believing over there. And, I think it's hilarious, this whole you just got Paviad thing. And then his mom with the social media. Oh, my God, I've never laughed so hard. And it's like they need something. They've always been like with Vanderbilt, always the talk was like, oh, what do they bring to the conference? Baseball? No, they've brought something this year finally in football,
And hey, something to think about down the road. We talked about Oklahoma. If they do well with the backup quarterback beating Texas and all that, game day could be back here at the beginning of November for Tennessee and Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
That could be it. That would be a real electric atmosphere. A night game in November with Tennessee and Oklahoma. Like last year. It was a night game in Norman.
Yeah. What do you think about this one? Can Pat McAfee top the pool dive on game day? I mean, that was pretty cool. Like that was.
He dove in the Tennessee River a couple of years ago. That's pretty scuzzy to begin. That's pretty scuzzy to begin with. You don't know what's in that river, and he jumped into Tennessee River.
You would not catch me in that part of the river.
You got that right.
Oh, Larry, please stay on for a second. Wait a minute. You just brought something up, and I meant to make the banner. And oh my God, hold on a second. Wait a minute. Yeah, keep talking, guys. Keep talking. Wait a minute. No. I got to bring that up.
He jumped into Tennessee water. That's pretty scuzzy. That's about as scuzzy as it gets. That Miami pool was pretty. That Miami pool is pretty nice. They got some money down there for a nice little 3-meter springboard from the top. Yeah. Other than our aquatic center, that's the nicest pool I've seen.
I love the energy he brings to game day.
I do too.
Oh yeah, they needed something, because you don't have Corso anymore, So
his talk show's terrific too, because he brings the energy on that too, especially when he travels on his Friday, the day before game day, and he interviews the coach. He interviews his show's nothing but energy.
All right, here it is. Here's the one that I wanted to get to. Wrestlepalooza, stinker or success for ESPN, because man, they have crushed it. Like it is like, oh, was it bad? I mean, I enjoyed like Larry watching Brock Barry Cena or whatever, but at the same time,
that wasn't a match, man.
It wasn't a match. It was just a brawl.
But it sets up Cena's final match.
It does.
Lesnar will be his final match, and he'll go out winning.
He's got 7 appearances left?
7 appearances left.
7 appearances. And Larry said it best. Miami fans' first 5 minutes of game days chanted F the Gators was legendary.
That was legendary.
Yeah. So Wrestlepalooza was a failure.
It was a
It was
major
a
failure.
total failure. And they expect us to dig into our pockets and pay $30 for what we've been getting for a Peacock
They
subscription.
better come up. They better
There
come up with
was
something
nothing
better than
I
that.
already have the ESPN app. 'Cause
I
have
know.
all the
They
stuff
better come up with
exclusive.
something
I
better
had
than that.
for it.
I don't know,
I
guys.
was able to watch it, but I didn't enjoy it.
Oh, Carrie. So I tried to. Well, I can still cancel it, but check this out. So I tried to cancel my Peacock app or whatever like that.
Uh-huh.
Do you know that they said, "Oh no, don't quit"? It's like Sirius XM Radio. I've got it now for the next 3 months for $2.
I did too.
I mean, isn't that hilarious? Like
Yes,
they
it
dropped
is.
the price because they probably know, oh, they're wrestling fans, so maybe they'll like some
Yep.
other programming. And now I'll just watch Twisted Metal. I'll finish watching that binge watching that series. But
I like
I'm
going
just like
back in the archives.
in the
I love
archives. Yeah,
going back in the archives of the wrestling because they got all the old NWA and WCW stuff that I could go back in classic stuff. It's really cool.
yeah. I need to get a Fire Stick. I don't have one. I guess I'm such a choir boy.
They're
That's
good,
the
man.
thing. So yeah,
Those are pretty good. My brother has one. He loves it. Loves his Fire Stick.
I think CBS Paramount got the better end of the deal getting UFC. I really
Agreed.
do at this point. So, and they've not even had a match yet. Like, so I don't know.
Nope.
But Wrestlepalooza, what a joke!
What a
I mean,
joke
oh
that
my
was.
God! So yeah, $5.99. There you go for Sirius. Absolutely, it's how much you should get it for.
Sirius
I
is the best. It's the best, man.
You know what the sad thing is I used to be a huge Howard Stern fan and so forth like that, but like the
Yeah.
thing of it is that like I can't believe they actually charge extra for that, and he doesn't even go on the air that much anymore.
Exactly.
Like you're listening to old episodes, no offense, and it's like, but it's not new stuff. It's not the funny stuff that got you to go to Sirius. Remember when he
It's
signed
not
that
private
big
part.
deal?
It's not the private parts.
It's
movie,
not private
which was
parts,
great, by
Howard
the way.
Stern. That
Which was great, by
hilarious.
the way.
Yeah. Yeah, with all the old ones, the Jackie the Joke Man and all that back in the day, and so forth. Baba Booey. So yeah,
the woman doing the orgasm with the stereo speaker.
Yes.
That is so classic.
There you go.
So classic.
Turn the volume down, but turn the bass up or whatever like that. So, oh my gosh. Wait, let's hear. What did Larry say? Did you all see Stephen A. rank Goldberg as the greatest wrestler of all time?
I laughed at that.
Oh, he was trolling.
I laughed.
Was he dead serious? I mean, he must have been trolling him. So, oh my God.
I think he was serious.
I'll tell you one thing, Bret Hart may have gone to Stephen A. Smith's house and killed him or whatever like that because Goldberg being the best ever. So
Bret Hart is the most bitter old man ever.
And he hates Triple H too. He hates Triple H too. He's so bitter, man.
I don't think Bret Hart likes anybody. I think he hates his own family, to be honest with you.
He probably does. It wouldn't shock me a bit.
He had Goldberg, Flair, Hogan, Rock, and Road Warriors as his top 5 all time. So he didn't even have Austin on that list?
He didn't even have Austin on his list. And Flair.
Or Taker. I mean, geez, goodness gracious.
Now, Road Warriors I could dig. I could dig the Road Warriors.
Road Warriors are the greatest tag team of all time, in my opinion. No doubt.
My opinion, too.
No doubt.
Back when tag team wrestling was real tag team wrestling, like them, the Midnight Express, the Rock and Roll Express. Some of those the Fantastics, those great teams. That's when tag team wrestling was real.
You want to know something? I'm going to put Larry's comment up here by itself because it deserves a couple minutes. But the sad part about it is, if you think about this though, guys, here ESPN, when they had UFC, it was a crapshoot. You didn't know if the match was going to be a good match. You didn't know if somebody would be knocked out in 10 seconds. It's not scripted. WWE is scripted. And I don't think ESPN knows how to deal with that. Like they're making it seem like, who's going to win this match? It's like, guys, we know that they're going to telegraph it and everything. It's not like you shake hands in the squared circle and, whoever pins somebody. But that being said, here's this. Bret Hart is still mad at Santa Claus for stiffing him of a train set in 1962. So, yeah.
I love that. That's awesome.
Did anybody ever see in WrestleMania 8 before when him and Roddy Piper threw down and Roddy Piper goes, man, I used to go over to Stu and Helen Hart's house and she would make the sandwich and she only put one slice on there, but it's okay. and then he puts his hand on Bret and Bret goes, why don't you keep your hands to yourself? Like, he's dead serious. That was dead Brett serious, like not having fun at all.
Oh
Honestly.
no, there was another promo that they were facing each other. They turned their back, and Brett was gonna hit him, and Piper said, "I would have got you." And Piper pulls out his belt and says, "No, you wouldn't have."
Yeah, exactly.
No,
I mean,
you wouldn't.
that was the dirtiest player in the game. So, oh, speaking of which, my favorite time of year, Fear Fest on AMC. They Live. If you've never seen it before, John Carpenter. You know, honestly, yeah, and honestly, Keith David is in there as well. Yep. So great one with Roddy Piper and Keith David. The best fight scene of all time in the back alley. Put the glasses on. Put the sunglasses on. And he's like, "Oh, you dirty mother!" And he kicks him right in the face. I mean, great fight. Timmy and Jimmy on South Park reenacted it. If you're a South Park fan, by the way, it was so.
I gotta find that.
Yeah.
Really,
Timmy and Jimmy. So.
Go to the bathroom.
Yeah, they did, and then you have Cartman the whole time. So politically incorrect now. A cripple fight or whatever, and everybody stops what they're doing to watch Timmy and Jimmy kick the crap out of each other in the recessed parking lot. So yeah, but anyway, so
Brett is just bitter.
Yeah, Brett is just bitter. Dude hates priests and rabbis. Yeah, might as well throw in the Dalai Lama while he's at it, and all that guy does is preach peace. So
and
there you go.
And the Pope too. And he's an
yeah,
American.
Hate
Pope.
him too.
And he's an American. Pope.
Yeah. From Chicago, so yeah, I mean, but
diehard
yeah,
Cub
no,
fan.
for sure. But yeah, so I wanted to talk real quick about Wrestlepalooza. Let's go to NFL real quick, guys. I mean, what do y'all think about what's going on there? The Dolphins suck, man. They are horrible. Sorry, Ian, but they're terrible. They were so bad. I mean, I'm glad they gave the Bills a little bit of a matchup.
I'm glad
but
they did too.
At the same time, though, I think the Jets walk them on Sunday, and I'm waiting for Mike McDaniel.
Actually, that's Monday. That's Monday night. That's one of the two Monday night games is the Jets and the Dolphins.
Oh, my God. Oh, I might watch Raw instead.
They're subjecting America to that.
I might watch Raw. So there we go. So, yeah. Wow.
Don't feel too bad. My guys are playing the Saints. That's homecoming. The Saints have officially the NFL's version of homecoming. Because Seattle, that wasn't a game for 5 minutes. Buffalo will probably be less than a game for 2 minutes.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I need to apologize because here I thought the Texans were going to win that. The Colts look great. With Jonathan Taylor and the revival of Daniel Jones, I would have never thought, guys. I would have never, ever thought. I mean, I know they beat the hell out of the Titans. Who cares? But at the same time, they've made it look effortless against the 3 opponents that they've played.
I think
they've got a big one this week.
The Titans fired their coach for into the season.
Yeah.
One and done for him.
Yeah, Colts got a big one this weekend in LA. That's going to be a good game with them and the Rams.
Who do the Steelers got, Larry? Who do they got? So, yeah.
When he arrived, he saw a dog so hungry that it was eating a plastic bag.
Yeah, because they won last week, so they're going to have to lose this week.
They got the Steelers got the Vikings this week.
They're over in Dublin. They're playing the Vikings in Dublin, Ireland.
Oh, do we get a 9 o'clock CBS game? I'm excited.
NFL
Network. Never mind. So, okay. Gotcha.
Yep. Yeah, to be NFL Network.
Is J.J. McCarthy playing at quarterback, or is he still out?
He's got 3 more weeks, apparently. Carson Wentz is going to be your quarterback again. But then again, if their defense played like they played against Cincinnati, Carson Wentz is not going to have to do much. Because, I mean, one guy had a pick 6, a fumble return for 6. He forced 2 more fumbles and knocked the guy out on special teams. He had a hell of a Rhodes. The guy's last name was Rhodes. He had a hell of a day Sunday.
Know what game intrigues me this week?
What's that?
NFL? Eagles and Bucks.
Yes. Yeah, the Bucks
is the most probably intriguing game of the week.
Yeah. No, the Bucks are pretty good. So
3-0 teams, and the way I felt like it's situational, right?
Yep.
Baker Mayfield has became like this new. It's like a new quarterback, but it's the same Baker Mayfield. It just you put him in a better situation to where the last 3 games he's had 3 game-winning drives.
Well, he made a name for himself when he came in and went to the Rams for a little bit and came in for Stafford
and helped him out.
And that gave him what he needed in a second chance.
I think the Browns, I think that all careers die with the Cleveland Browns. I hate to be that negative, but that's horrible over
there. But hey, I can tell you this, they can play defense. They can play defense very well. The problem is their offense.
Yep. And you drafted 3 quarterbacks are. See, like, shoot, I mean, so.
Another intriguing game this week that I never thought we would listen to this is Baltimore and Kansas City. Either Mahomes or Lamar Jackson is going to be 1-3 after Sunday. Who saw that coming?
No, I
Nobody.
I didn't.
I'm here for the downfall of the Chiefs.
And I think Baltimore needs this game more for Lamar, but Kansas City needs this game more to survive, because if Kansas City loses, they're already in last place in the AFC West.
Yeah.
The Chargers have won 3 divisional games. You lose Sunday, you're 4 back because they're playing the Giants.
I mean, it's a Chargers league right now in the AFC.
Chargers.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, though. The Chargers had some 2 rough injuries. I mean, Bosa's done for the year, and so is Najee Harris.
Actually,
whatever.
Nick is in San Francisco. Joey's in Buffalo.
My bad. So he got hurt. So okay.
But that's going to be an interesting mess too at San Francisco, because Bosa's out for the year again.
Wow.
And Seattle has gotten better. I think Seattle in that division, I think it comes down to Seattle, the Rams, and them. And I think Seattle may be the best team in that division.
Yeah, and they did all that with Charbonneau on the sidelines, and now he's back this week. But Jackson Smith-Njigba, he can play, man. I'm telling you,
he's going to be their number one. He's going to be their number one receiver.
So he really is. So yeah. I mean, who's the Seahawks quarterback again? Is that
Sam
Geno?
Darnold. Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. Okay. Geno is with the Jets now, right?
The Raiders.
So is it Russell Wilson with the Jets now?
He's with the Giants.
The Giants.
He just got benched. Jackson Dart starting Sunday.
That's right. I saw that. Okay.
It's time for Russell to call it a day.
Yep, it is. It's time for him to call it a day.
This is funny. I hope the Chiefs lose and Taylor Swift dumps Kelsey.
Hey, so it's over for Russ?
I think it's over for Russ.
I think it's done for Russ.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I think the Dallas game was his last hurrah. Was the last great hurrah.
Did we get a Russ?
I think this is year 14.
Yeah, because he came into the league out of NC State / Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Won that Super Bowl against Manning that time with the Seahawks. Almost could have won a second
that
one.
Other Super Bowl with the Patriots.
Yep, could have won that one if
could have won back-to-back.
They just didn't want Marshawn to be the game winner, and they wanted to throw
Can you imagine?
MVP.
That
exactly.
If
that
Marshawn got in,
beast.
That was the dumbest play call ever.
Speaking
That's
of
still
beast,
one of the plays we look back to is like
one of the dumbest
plays.
plays.
The course of history, though.
Yes, it does.
Because wasn't that the first one after the Giant debacles that Brady
won? Yep.
The offense sneaks up on them.
Russell is with the bench. He'll be sitting next to Jameis and listening to him talk about dropping a transmission. So, jeez.
But I'll tell you the game that I'm looking forward to. Micah Parsons returns to Dallas Sunday night.
Yeah,
he's already said it's going to be painful. Sacking Dak. Dak's in trouble.
Let me tell you this:
Joe Milton goes in the game in the second.
Yep, Joe Milton's going to get some time. So.
Hey, defense with Michael Parsons.
What about poor Jackson Arnold getting absolutely his ass handed to him by his former teammates? He got sacked 11 times for Auburn last week.
I'll tell you what, that kid is tougher than a $2
Lamar Jackson getting sacked about 8 or 7 times? Was it 7 times?
Lamar got sacked 7 by Detroit.
7 times.
Aiden Hutchinson looks fantastic.
Hey, playmakers make plays.
Yeah.
And after that,
Aiden Hutchinson, defensive MVP.
You did. You said it before the year. You said
after that horrific injury he had, he looks fantastic, man.
Yeah.
Is the Ravens' offensive line that bad? Is the Ravens' offensive line that horrible?
No, I think Detroit's defensive line is
just
good.
Beast. Okay. Beast.
I think that Detroit's defensive line is that good. I mean, you look at Muhammad, you look at just the guys that they're able to get pressure.
To me, in the NFC, their defense is the only one I think that's comparable to Philadelphia's defense.
Yeah.
When healthy, Detroit's defensive front 7 is as good as Philly's.
And let's look at this. How good have Dan Campbell and Jared Goff been in the line?
Yeah.
Like, it's very easy to say that there could be a win-win situation for the Rams and the Lions when we look back on this trade. The Rams got the quick fix of a Super Bowl, the Lions are getting that regular season success, and they were one step away from a Super Bowl the year before.
Yep.
They're building.
So
They're building a dynasty there. That's what
they're
they're building. Yeah.
They're getting very close, but they have their championship window is it can close quick.
They showed something today about that trade and what came from that trade. Yes, the Rams got the quick fix from Stanford, but from that trade with Jared Goff, Detroit ends up getting draft picks that take Jahmyr Gibbs, Aiden Hutchinson, Sam Laporta. Cornerstones of that football team were off that one trade.
Did we say Jameson Williams?
Jameson Williams, another one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'll throw another game out there. I'll throw another game out there last week that surprised me. How bad the Redskins won over the Raiders with Marcus Mariota, not even Jaden playing.
Marcus and Mariota has always been a capable quarterback.
Yeah.
I liked him at Tennessee.
I liked him at the Titans. I did
too.
I mean, didn't he win the playoff game with the Titans?
Yes, he did. He won a couple playoff games.
He beat the Chiefs?
He beat the Chiefs with Alex Smith by catching his own touchdown pass.
We almost went to the Super Bowl
to win the game.
Yep, we almost went to the Super Bowl.
The only time in NFL history that a quarterback has caught his own pass in a playoff game for the game-winning touchdown to beat the Chiefs in Kansas City.
It sounds like a Marcus Mariota thing to do.
It is. It is. Yeah. No, I mean,
but Marcus Mariota's been capable. Always.
I forget who it was, but somebody, maybe it was Larry that mentioned it when he was on the show. The Eagles' offense, I feel, has been disappointing at this point. As good as the Eagles' defense has been, like I know the Kellen Moore effect, but damn, was it more real? I mean, I just don't know how you messed that up.
It's not just the Kellen Moore effect. Since Jalen Hurts has been in Philadelphia, this is the 5th different offensive coordinator he's had.
Wow.
Going back to Alabama and Oklahoma, he has had 9 different offensive coordinators in 10 years.
Wow.
How that guy has succeeded with all of those changes, that kid's a winner.
He is a winner.
I can say everything you can about him. I like him a lot. He's a winner.
Hey,
he's built like a tank. He's probably the strongest player in the league. He squats 650.
How many quarterbacks get to a Super Bowl, lose a Super Bowl, get back to the Super Bowl, become the Super Bowl MVP?
Exactly. Not very many.
Not very many.
And change coaches in the process.
Coaches in the process.
Yeah, you're right.
Because remember, his first offensive coordinator in Philadelphia has now reerected Daniel Jones's career and probably saved his job in Indianapolis.
I couldn't believe how good they were. Like, I mean, I know the Titans suck or whatever, but what I'm getting at is like they were impressive, man. Offense, defense, special teams. I mean, and here's the thing. There's some Giants fans probably wondering, were we that hard on Daniel Jones or whatever like
and
that?
Saquon
I think
Barkley.
you were. I mean,
think about
didn't know what you had. How do you mess that up is beyond
how you messed up both of them.
Yep.
Saquon and him.
Yeah.
But yes, Indianapolis, Jonathan Taylor looks like he's been reborn. And this guy's a former rushing champion, and he looks fresher and better than I've ever seen him. It's like he was reborn. And the Colts have talent. They've had talent before. They just needed somebody to steer the ship. All Daniel Jones has to do in reality is just steer the ship. Don't make any mistakes. They're going to be fine. They're going to win that division.
Oh, without a doubt. Shane, who has been a team in the NFL that maybe, obviously we're laughing at the Chiefs, but my thing is this, who do you think's been a disappointment that has surprised you at this point in the NFL? Maybe it's not, I guess to further maybe make it even better, they could still turn it around. It's still early, but you're shocked at how bad they are at this point and so forth of the season.
Ooh, that's a good one.
While everyone was expecting something bad to happen, suddenly
I expected the Texans to be better.
I did too.
I knocked tied for last place in the AFC South, and they got the Titans this week, so it's literally who's playing for the last spot. Titans gonna have a top draft pick again, the way they're playing.
They need an offensive lineman. Two-pair, who do you think, bud? Who has really disappointed you up to this point that maybe you thought would be a little bit better than? Because for me, I'll give you a team. I thought the Falcons were going to be better. They suck.
That was my next pick.
Yeah, they're terrible.
It's between Atlanta and Houston.
Yeah.
You know, and I hate it for Houston because it'll look on the outside as if they're not trending in the upward when they went to the playoffs 2 years in a row. They won a playoff game. So if you're thinking this is an overnight project, it's not. It's just they won at a quicker pace than they're way ahead of schedule to where they're supposed to be.
Yep.
And this schedule's not favorable if you're having winning records.
That's true.
If you have winning records, you're gonna see the competition when your next schedule is made for the next year.
Yeah. Ian's got the Ravens, and I can't disagree with him either.
I can't disagree with him there. I've got another one.
Real quick, keep your train of thought, Kerry. Would the record be the same if they hadn't blown the game against Buffalo? I mean, it's almost like that they haven't gotten over that what happened there. And
it's their defense. It's their defense. They made all that big money payment for their defense, and in 2 games, to the 2 best teams they played, Buffalo and Detroit, they've given up 79 points. Oof. You can't win games, especially when you scored 40 against Buffalo, and then you score 30 against Detroit. Those should be winning numbers. Those are losing numbers.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, go ahead with your train of thought, though. Go ahead. Yeah.
My biggest disappointment so far has been the Denver Broncos. And Bo Nix has regressed a little bit. Plus, they are so undisciplined. The Titans gave them a battle because Denver committed 12 penalties. They committed another 10 in the game with Indianapolis, including the end where they didn't need to rush the kicker to jump over the guy because the kicker missed a 60-yard field goal wide right. They gave him undisciplined, gave him a second chance at a 45, and he nailed it.
Yep.
And then the Chargers this past weekend, they fought back, but another 10 penalties. They have become an undisciplined team, which is not like a Sean Payton football team. They're usually more buttoned up and disciplined. They're dropping passes. They're committing stupid penalties. Maybe they'll turn it around, but they got a long way to go. But and Bo Nix has got to get himself together, or otherwise, this is going to be a long season. The people were talking about them as a possible championship contender, and right now they're not close.
Shane, who's the team that has surprised you that's done amazing that you didn't think were going to do shit this year?
Ooh. No, actually, I mean, no one really stands out that much to me. Like, to me, the league's like really lopsided this year. Like the ones that are at the top, you expect them to be there, with the exception of Baltimore. The Colts have surprised me. I was still high on the Texans leading the South, and the Colts is kind of fighting for the way. So I would say the Colts. I was not expecting them to have the season they're having right now.
I'm going to stay in that region real quick, and then I want to go to two-pair and then Kerry. Mine would be Jaguars. I really didn't think that they were going to do anything, and they have done phenomenal up to this point, in my opinion, or what.
The Colts have scored the most points in the league so far this year.
Yeah. I mean, Indianapolis hands down, but got to give some love to Jacksonville. We've already mentioned the Buccaneers. They've done a lot better. So yeah, go ahead,
I really like the way the Buccaneers have played.
Yeah,
like, it's just been the way they won on the road. You going into a hostile environment, Monday Night Football, and you take it by the horns. They just been able to do that. The Atlanta game? It's just been they've been able to have sustainable drives, and they've been able to score when they need to. And kudos to Baker Mayfield. Like I'm not gonna lie, he might have put himself in the early discussion for MVP. Early.
Ian says, laugh out loud, man. Fuck Miami. Let me just tell you this. Right now, I'm looking at the clock. It's 11:15 at night. By 11-16, Mike McDaniel should be fired already. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. He is so bad, and that's such a horrible organization. It really is horrible. Kerry, go ahead with yours, please. Oh my God, it's so bad. So yeah,
Mine has been twofold. In the NFC, Seattle has really surprised me with how well they've played together, especially defensively. But my overall surprise has been the Chargers.
oh yeah,
But for different reasons. When you lose your franchise left tackle in training camp with a torn ACL, you move your franchise right tackle, who you just drafted last year, to fill that void at left tackle. They got a 6th round pick who's the starter at right tackle. You beat your 3 division opponents right off the bat.
mm-hmm.
One in Brazil, one in Vegas, and one at home. That's big. They've traveled the most miles of anybody so far, and they're 3-0 with a great advantage, knowing that if they would beat the Giants Sunday, and let's say the Chiefs lose to Baltimore, you're up 3 on the Chiefs, and in reality 4 because you've already beaten them.
Yeah, that's huge.
And
that's
all you have to do at this point, if you're the Chargers, take care of your conference games, and you're sitting pretty for at no worse, probably the 2 seed or 1 seed, because you and Buffalo could be fighting for the 1 seed, although Buffalo's schedule is a little easier than theirs. The Chargers got a chance to be a 2 seed, and you got a chance to get a Baltimore or a Kansas City to come to your building for once, instead of you going like last year. You had to go to Houston's building, even though you had the better record. Somebody could be coming to you in January.
Absolutely.
And Harbaugh, as a coach, he has proven that man can coach on any level.
80%.
And he may have the best quarterback he's ever coached.
Could have been a Dolphin. Could have been a Dolphin.
And that's scary because he's coached Andrew Luck. He coached McCarthy at Michigan. He's coached Kaepernick to a Super Bowl in San Francisco.
Yeah.
That man, Jim Harbaugh, can coach.
Larry Frank said it. Dolphins are ass, both cheeks, dimples, and cracks. They are terrible. They are awful. They are hands down awful.
You know what the bad part? The bad part about the Miami Buffalo game? You knew the interception from Tua was coming.
Yeah.
You knew it was coming. He kept throwing to the same place over and over, and all it took was for somebody to go, "Hey, just cut in here. He'll throw it right to you." And sure enough, he threw it right to you. He threw it right to you. You knew the mistake was coming.
And then you see Herbert just doing so great with.
And you could have had him.
Yep.
You could have had him.
Dante Culpepper Part 2. Kerry, we're going to transition to your big games of the week. So, guys, take notes. What do you got for us this week, big man? This is your segment.
All right.
So, yep.
My first game is Notre Dame and Arkansas. I would take the over because there's going to be an awful lot of points in that game. Arkansas's defense is trash.
For a second, I was worried.
Memphis beat them down 18 in the 4th quarter last week. Arkansas's defense is trash. Notre Dame is going to score. I'd say Notre Dame is going to score at least 40. So I would take the over on Notre Dame and Arkansas. The other big game on Saturday I have is LSU and Ole Miss. I like Ole Miss, but I would take the under because I think it's going to be a lower scoring game than people believe it's going to be, because I think both defenses are going to really show out, and whoever's quarterback makes the biggest mistake. And we know Nussmeier, he'll give you one. He always gives you one interception to make. When whoever makes the biggest mistake in that game will lose. Ole Miss, I would take the under on the Ole Miss LSU game. And Sunday, Chiefs and Ravens, I would take Baltimore. Baltimore's given 3.5. I would take Baltimore because I believe if they get to 27 points, that'll be enough because Kansas City can't score. They don't have the rest of the weapons. We don't know if Worthy's going to play. We know Rice ain't going to play. Howard Brown is messed up, and Travis Kelce is a shell of himself.
Yeah, and then teams are going to key in on, I guess, Kareem Hunt at running back and everything like that at this point.
And they can't run the ball either.
They can't run the ball, so yeah.
And the one other game I have is the Green Bay Dallas game. I am taking Green Bay straight up with this. I think they're giving 5.5, 6.5. I'm taking.
I think they're going to kick their ass. I think
because I think Micah's going to have a big game, and I think Jordan Love is going to respond from throwing that terrible interception in Cleveland. I believe they were looking past Cleveland ahead to this game, which is why they lost that game.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
And
I was shocked.
I think Green Bay, and remember, the last time Green Bay went into that building, they put up 47 points in a playoff game, and Micah was on the other sideline.
Here's what
Green Bay can put up points. Matt LaFleur and them, something about Green Bay being in Dallas. I think they've only lost one game in Dallas. Their whole franchise history since Dallas has been in, they seem to own the city of Dallas.
we don't want any.
All right.
To give you the stat too, Aaron Rodgers, when he traded him and Brett Favre have more playoff victories in Texas than Dak Prescott. Think about that for a second.
Yikes.
Even
Yikes.
Jordan Love has a playoff victory at Texas State in Jerry World. Dak only has 2.
Wow.
And no CD Lamb either for Dallas.
Oh, they're cooked.
They're cooked.
They're cooked this week. So yeah, for sure.
You think George Pickens is going to be the lead? Nah. We saw him blow up in the Bears game. We saw the Bears put up 31, and in reality, they should have put up 40.
You know, one team that I know the record may not reflect it, but one guy that's really stood out for me, and I knew he'd be a stud, got a lot of heart, Cam Scatbo, already being great tailback.
Like that kid.
I just want to throw that out there.
I love that kid.
Guys, I don't care who goes first, but it's my favorite segment. They stink. They stink. So I want everybody to go about it. If you have a couple, if somebody have a couple ready to go, Shane, if you want to go first, or two pair whomever at this point, go for it.
Yeah, we're gonna go with my Titans. It's not just they stink; they suck. I know we got the new stadium being built, so can we get 2 Tennessee teams? The Titans can stay in the old stadium, and we bring in another team.
They need to give Vanderbilt the old Titan Stadium to actually draw some people in there for once, and let the Titans.
I will never give props.
When the hell would you think that? By the way, that Vanderbilt's undefeated and the Titans are winless. I mean, holy shit! So I mean, what year is this?
The other way around.
Hell is frozen over.
Yeah. So I mean,
the apocalypse.
Hey, listen, Saturday in Nashville is cojones, and Sunday the little balls haven't dropped yet. Simple as that. So I mean, oh my gosh. So,
getting rid of Rabel was the worst thing they did. He could coach.
Yep.
But
what were they? And the Patriots are so much more improved. Keep going, Shane. Oh my God.
Who was it that
they're improved, but they can't hang on to a ball to save their life.
And then they can't kick extra points either, from what I understand.
Who was it that Tennessee brought in as the GM that screwed the whole thing?
Oh, Carthon. Carthon. He was horrible. Yeah.
He screwed up the Titans organization.
Yep.
Stink, suck, and swat.
He has no idea.
I don't know who's worse. God, there's some really bad teams in the NFL. Really are. So.
Wait till you get. I'll get to them. I'll get to the Saints in a second.
Do the Saints and the Dolphins play each other? Because you know who would not win that game? The fans. But I'm just saying. So
actually, yes, they do.
Do they really?
The AFC East plays the NFC South.
Oh, my God. What week is that? Oh, my God. I might just tune in just because I just want to know. Like, I mean, it would be terrible football. I mean,
November 30th.
Oh, is that Thanksgiving week? Oh, my gosh. I've heard we need to take a nap on leftovers.
And the Titans Saints play on the 28th of December.
Oh, my God.
And that's why they stink.
Maybe that's the game that I need to go to then. So yeah,
the New Orleans
Saints are going to tank to get Arch.
Arch ain't coming out. Archie said at the beginning, Arch is not coming out. He's not ready to come out.
The Saints will take Mateer. That's what they'll take.
Because the Saints have officially become the NFL's version of homecoming.
Yep.
Oh.
Because Seattle treated them like a homecoming opponent when he scored 45 points and didn't break a sweat. They returned a kick for a touchdown. They blocked 2 punts, 1 return for a touchdown. Jackson Smith and a first-team offense played a half.
Wasn't there a
time
year that
ago?
the Patriots beat the Titans 47-0 or
In the
something?
snow.
I remember that. It was a
In
long time
Foxborough.
ago.
In the
That
snow.
was like a homecoming opponent or whatever back then.
In
The
the
Titans were so
snow.
terrible.
In
I thought it was like
Foxborough.
50. I thought it was like 59-0.
Yeah, 59. It was
It was
49.
horrible. It was bad. No, it was horrible. So, two pair. Who is your they stink or what have you this week? So who?
New York Jets.
I gotta admit that was
They
funny.
stink.
They
stink.
stink.
They rank. They rank.
Hey, you know what was funny too, Pair? When they blocked that field goal to take the lead, and Aaron Glenn is sitting there dancing up the sideline like he just won a dance contest. And
He still
I,
ain't won a game.
and I looked at the thing and I go, hey, you do know there's 1:46 seconds left. That's enough time for Baker to get a field goal and win. And guess what happened? Baker.
Carrie, can you do the thing? Carrie, can you do that?
He was there. I'm like, I can't
I
believe
saw it too because they switched the games and I saw it too. I mean, oh my god, that was so bad.
That was hilarious.
Lord, they were bad. Oh, they do stink, man.
They really thought they were going to win the game, and there was 1:46. He said, you know, Baker could drive down in 1:46, and sure enough, he drove down. They got a field goal and won.
All right, truth talk. Dolphins Jets are playing Monday night. I mean, could you just see a totally like the Dolphins? All they have to do is take a knee and Tua fumbles. The Jets get the ball and kick a field goal and win. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, take the under in that game because both teams have a hard time scoring points. It's not going to be any fun.
They are awful, these two teams. I mean, oh my god.
And that's Monday night. They're subjecting America to that crap.
I'm telling you, it's a free night for Raw. Raw can maybe make some ratings if they were still on USA. So
if you want to go do laundry, get Halloween candy ready together for next month to get the kids.
AMC Fear Fest is in full swing. If you want to watch those same movies edited or whatever, that'd be better to watch than that crap. So I mean, you know what? That's a horror film in itself if you think about it. The Jets and the Dolphins on Monday Night Football should have those scary pumpkins.
Hey, at least they're not playing on Black Friday like they did a couple of years ago. That was horrible,
dude. That was the game that what's his name got hurt and tore his Achilles. My guy. So yeah, 2 games Monday night. Who's the other game Monday night? By the way,
I think Denver and Cincinnati.
Denver and Cincinnati. Now that'll be. I guess
Denver and Cincinnati.
Who's Cincinnati's quarterback now?
And they stink. They stink.
They're terrible. They
made Carson Wentz look like the MVP candidate he was in 2017. That was absolutely horrible. I've never seen a group. Jamar Chase was bored. I think T. Higgins didn't even show up. Harrison Smith, a Knoxville guy out of Knoxville Catholic, had 2 fumble forces in that game, recovered a fumble, and laid a hit on Jake Browning that almost put him out of the game.
Man, shout out to Harrison Smith still being in the league, man, and kicking ass still. Shoot,
he's building that Hall of Fame resume. He's probably going to be a Hall of Famer eventually for his work. I mean, he's been a standpoint for Minnesota for all those years.
Who would have thought? All right, who do you got, Kerry? Who is your they stink? So who is it? So
the New Orleans Saints is 1, and it's tough to come up with a they stink. Oh yeah, UAB, they stink. The dang defensive player kicking the punter, kicking the kickers, stomping on his foot.
Oh wow! Yeah,
who does that?
They would have had to keep the police off of me if that was
UAB.
me. I'd have beat his ass.
Somebody, I can't remember who it was. They went after him. They had to pull him back.
They had to pull the punter back because he was ready to go over there and kick his ass. And Trent Dilfer, the UAB coach, claims he didn't even know about it until after the game when Josh Heupel told him in the handshake. And then he said, I have to go back and look at the film. Hell, the whole country saw the guy kick the punter after
you were taking pictures on the You were taking pictures on the sideline before the game started.
Exactly. Taking pictures before the game, getting pictures of Neyland Stadium, knowing that you were going to get your ass beat. And sure enough, that's what happened. But they stink. They couldn't stop the common cold. Joey Aguilar never only played a half, and really they should have only played a quarter because that was awful.
Yeah.
They stink. They took their $1 million and they were happy to get the hell out of Dodge.
And
They
Trent Dilfer was
I
taking
could-
pictures of them coming through the tee from what he was taking a selfie with the tee in the background or
They
whatever.
robbed
I am
us.
glad
They
that-
robbed us more than we gave them the money. They robbed us.
I am glad that Aguilar, we got him out of the portal and basically made the trade because I was not impressed with Merklinger.
Oh hell no. Hell no.
Nah.
So, no.
Yeah, Aguilar is going to be. Aguilar is already a star. Everybody in college is talking about this kid.
Yeah.
Everybody across the country. Joel Klatt has reneged on an apology saying that Tennessee was going to be terrible. Urban Meyer even came out and apologized to Tennessee fans, saying that Tennessee got the worst end of the deal, but it turns out they got the better end of that deal. He apologized. There's a lot of receipts that Tennessee is getting now because of Joey Aguilar. And the scary part is it's only going to get better.
That's it.
He hasn't even scratched the surface.
No,
yet.
there's an ass whipping in 2 weeks that Arkansas is owed, and I hope that Pittman's
they're
still on the
owed
sidelines, but we'll see what happens. So.
If he is, he won't be after Tennessee gets finished with him in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks.
That's it.
It'll
I'm going to
be-
make my stink quick, and because I know we're getting close on time, and I want Two Pair and everybody's final thoughts, and Two Pair to close us out like always. But here's my they stink. If I criticized one blue blood program that's a basketball school last week, it's only fair to give their rival 8 miles down the road. You didn't know what you had when you had Drake May. You didn't know what you had when you had Mac Brown. You didn't know what you had, but now you've got a daddy who gives an allowance to his girlfriend on the sidelines, and he should be getting ready for a game. You've gotten your ass kicked by schools with acronyms, TCU, UCF, everybody. And I don't see how you win a game in the ACC this year. Terrible quarterback picks, terrible transfer portal, 70 new people. North Carolina, you stink in football. You are absolutely atrocious. And you paid all that money. And I'll tell you this, I want to know what the buyout is for the Sun, because what is the Sun constituted to become the coach in waiting? Mic drop. So
there might be a reprieval for them. They play Clemson this weekend.
Oh my God. And we thought that could be a game for an ACC contender possibly at the beginning of the year.
And the
We
loser
thought that would be a
game-
Clemson stuff.
And just think, the loser of this game could be in the cellar.
That's it.
Could you
And they
imagine
will be.
Clemson in the cellar? Of the
Dabo
ACC?
would be done. No, Dabo would be done. So, well, maybe him and
You
Belichick
keep
can
saying
hold
if they wanna
hands.
buy
And
me out.
yeah, you know, they did that thing on the ACC network before the season. Maybe they can hold hands afterwards and kumbaya and all that and so forth.
Yeah.
Just horrible. So, well, guys, great show as
got us
always.
24
Final
years.
thoughts? I mean, any final thoughts? And obviously, Two Pair, I want you to close us out like always, brother. So, yeah, for sure. So,
Okay, pretty little guy.
final
Final
thoughts,
thoughts?
everybody. Yeah, everybody. Anybody who wants to go. Final thoughts.
I'll let you guys
So,
go.
Yeah, gotcha. You know, guys, I'll go first.
All right.
You know, great show, and I'll let everybody go in order. And Two Pair close us out. You know, guys, as Two Pair mentioned it, you know, hate that we lost another player, young guy to suicide. You know, just be there for everybody. These are really tough times and very sad times, and you know, the only thing is that there should be a lot of love and support handed out, and I don't think that we do that enough. And honestly, we enjoy this. We laugh, the banter, the sports, and everything like that. Thank God for that distraction, because the horrors of the world, that's an AMC Fear Fest. But I hope everybody has a great weekend. Enjoy the football. High school Friday, football or college Saturday, obviously pro Sunday and Monday. Half a day on Monday, but you know what I'm getting at. But enjoy the football. Love you guys and the support. Obviously, Kerry, go next, then Shane, then Two Pair. Go for it.
The bigger the wheel.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate being on here again. Another great show with my friends and my comrades. And take care of yourselves. Take care of each other, man. That's all we have is each other in this world. We have the support of our loved ones, but in reality, all we have is each other. We pray. I'm praying for everybody right now. I pray for Shane to make it through. Hope good news comes Shane's way soon. And it's going to come soon. I feel it. And I feel it. And I know it's coming. Pray for everybody, man. Just make it through another week so we can come back together next week at this time and talk about the things that we enjoy talking about, sports, or even a few things about relationships, shout out to Larry and everybody else that's out there in the world. Take care of yourself, take care of each other. I was telling James before the show began, a year ago at this time, I was in the hospital. Did have no idea what was going to happen to me. And I came out, and I think I feel stronger and more aware of my health and everything better. And I feel so grateful for the support of everybody. We all need it. Take care, love each other, guys, and just hang together. Everything's gonna work. Everything the universe. I learned from a Harold and Kumar movie or White Castle that the universe tends to work out as it should, and it usually ends up doing that. So, take care of each other, guys.
I just want to say thank you everybody who's prayed for me and my son. Time's definitely been rough for us, but I can feel God working for us today. Slow, little small steps here and there have made our life a little bit easier. I don't want to go into all the details of what's going on with us. If somebody wants to reach out to me, that I can talk to you. But I just think everybody's who's been praying for us, because it's been rough these past couple months for us, but each day's been a little bit better.
So man, that's what's up. Well, guys, closing it out, man. Like I was saying, your mental health, your spiritual well-being, how you are physically, can kind of shape you, and you never want to be your harshest critic, because a lot of times we become our harshest critic, and just all about perseverance. Just fighting through each and every day. You know what I'm saying? So with all that being said, enjoy your week, enjoy your weekend, watching a ton of good football. Throw your dubs in the sky, wave them side to side, and keep your hands high.
You can do some moves. However,
Absolutely.
moves of an actual.
All right, guys, we're going to close it out. Remember that cause don't stop when the clock hits 0. Have a great week, everybody.
Yeah,
Go Rebels.